Right, everybody. I know the drill. Where you from? Where you at? What are you doing? Start the evening boxing talks. Let's let the list populate. Post the link for the people on Twitter. Yeah, man. Live boxing talks. Just a few subjects I'm going to open up to the panel. Uh, Small conversational topics, things that are going on right now. See that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is trying to shade Canelo Alvarez because Canelo places no more priority in David Benavidez than Floyd placed in Antonio Margarito or Paul Williams. It's so weird to see Mayweather try to prop up Gervonta Davis as some kind of somebody, while at the same time shading Canelo Alvarez when it's obvious that Canelo's more accomplished than his own fighter, and that his fighter isn't even on the same path that he was on. You know what I mean? That, you could say what you want about Floyd the promoter, but Floyd the fighter had a very different career than Gervonta Davis. He had a very different career than that fighter. He was nowhere near as protected, and that's just the truth. If his haters don't want to admit that, well, I don't give a shit. But Floyd's career was very different from what you see in Gervonta Davis, and it's peculiar seeing him try to prop him up as something that he isn't in terms of marquee value, in terms of just even marquee value, because as far as marquee value, he's a small scale local attraction. And we all know that they're lying about his pay-per-view numbers, but it's just peculiar seeing him try to propagate that. So he says that Canelo Alvarez is avoiding David Benavidez by fighting a cruiserweight when David Benavidez, the last guy that Canelo Alvarez fought, Caleb Plant, that would have been David Benavidez's super fight. Before Canelo came around, that actually was David Benavidez's super fight, unifying titles with Caleb Plant. That's what everybody was talking about. That was a fight for David that, everybody was hyped about. They wanted to see those two guys fight. But because of David's promoter, Samson Lukowicz, he wanted to marinate the fight. And in doing that, you allowed Canelo to beat you to the punch. You allowed Canelo to beat you to the red belt. In the process of that, David loses his title on the scales. And now what you want to do is guilt trip Canelo Alvarez for not prioritizing David, who offers him nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because Canelo's going to make money regardless of a David Benavidez, regardless of a Jermall Charlo, regardless of an Artur Beterbiev or a Dimitri Bivol or anybody else. He's going to make his money regardless. It's peculiar seeing Floyd carry on like this. It is. Because it's not fooling anyone. That's why it's peculiar. He doesn't have the influence that he had. The paying public, they're not going to go for that because they just watched this guy go undisputed in 11 months, where a fighter like Jermall Charlo, he hasn't unified a title yet in the middleweight division, and he's been there for 4 years. I was goody M Low, was goody SSB, AJJJJ, Drew, you know what I mean? Javier, you know what I mean? Chitlin and egg rolls, you know what I mean? Tyrion was good. It's like they must really think that the paying public is both stupid and on board for what they're doing. It shows the insecurity and bitterness from Floyd Ellerby. It's a tank fight weekend, and they talking more about Cashnelli Alvarez over his fighter. Benavidez said he don't deserve Canelo yet. I mean, look, I'm not even going to knock David because I understand his desire to want to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's one of many guys who wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. The difference is I don't see David trying to run a guilt trip on Canelo that, oh, you ducking Benavidez. Like, really ducking Benavidez, bro? The Benavidez that got dropped by Ronald Gavril in the first fight. That's who Canelo's ducking. Make it make sense, bro. I think that a lot of what we're seeing, the fact that Leonard Ellerby is snapping on people on Twitter and getting into arguments with them, he quote tweeted me. And I was like, this dude is wild irritable. I feel like they're getting desperate over there. They have to know that this fight, like, look, I don't care what Mike Kopinger says on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. The paying public, like, it's hard to imagine that they're going to buy this fight. It really is. It's very hard to imagine that the paying public is going to pay to see Gervonta Davis versus another nondescript opponent on a Sunday. It's very hard to imagine. I don't imagine that this fight is going to do better numbers than the Barrios fight. I don't imagine. And I don't care what Mike posts, because whatever Mike Kopinger puts up there on Twitter, that's not the real number anyway. Mike's the guy that said the Santa Cruz fight did 225,000 pay-per-view buys, only for him to turn around in a few months and say, oh, well, this fight outperformed that fight. Except this fight didn't do 225,000 pay-per-views, did it? No, it did 215. So it's clear that you're lying, or you're being lied to. Either way, it's not the way you say it is. Myself being a consumer, I know that I have no excitement at all for Cruz versus Davis, or Davis versus Cruz, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not excited about that fight at all. And I buy pay-per-views. I bought 2 last month. The month before that, I bought Wilder versus Fury 3. Not buying this shit. Nah, it ain't happening, bro. You crazy. I was goody, Liam. Was goody, Stefan. How long can the PBC keep this in-house shit going on? I don't know, man, to be honest with you, because they're pretty indignant. You have guys trying to shade Canelo Alvarez instead of focusing on making Charlo versus Benavidez. Like, look, Canelo's gone. He's going to do his own thing. So what you need to do is focus on what you have. And even if David doesn't have a belt or whatever it is, the best fight you can make at this point with your guys that you have there is Charlo versus Benavidez, because it's not like you're trying to make an Andre fight. You've never been trying to make that fight. So the best fight you can make is Charlo versus Benavidez. But what do? You sit there and try to lay a guilt trip on Canelo Alvarez as if he has to fight David. If Charlo don't have to fight David, Canelo don't have to fight David. Canelo just went undisputed in David's weight class before David, and he wasn't there that long. He just went undisputed at super middleweight. He fought the guy that David was supposed to fight. But because David's promoter, he wanted to marinate it, he wanted to wait. A lot of people don't talk about that. That Samson Lukowicz is the one that said, no, we're not going to do that fight yet. We're going to wait. It's going to be a pay-per-view. So it's supposed to be Canelo's fault that every single fucking guy doesn't get a shot at 168? Nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Notice how Ellerby did not address Eddie's pay-per-view numbers and only kept it to tickets. Yeah, I know. The jig is up and they know it. Brokers ain't selling tickets, and I can get free ones day of the flight. And bro, it's just like you saying, bro. The jig is up because everybody knows it. Everybody knows that those pay-per-view bars, it ain't what they say it is. Everybody knows that. And everybody knows that they comp tickets. Everybody knows that. At least 1,000 of those tickets are comped. Everybody knows they pay for the house. It's silliness at this point. You want us to pay $80 at a time to see this kid in fights that nobody is asking for. Business, anything that is a business, doesn't work like that. Everything in business is supply and demand. You supply a demand that is there. You're not doing that. You're supplying fights no one is asking for inflated pay-per-view prices. I saw George Kambosos upset the apple cart last week for Teofimo Lopez, and it didn't cost me $80 to see that fight. I saw it as part of a subscription. And you think the following weekend I'm going to spend $80 to see your guy with this nondescript opponent? Nah, I'm good. Y'all crazy, because y'all crazy. Lomachenko versus Lopez was not a pay-per-view. Kambosos versus Lopez was not a pay-per-view. So what makes this value for money? I feel like boxing nowadays is in one drama-filled movie about how Canelo got to fight everyone, and the plot is about how all these fighters getting their golden ticket to fight Canelo. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. They expect a guy who's already doing more than everybody to do more, and they don't expect anything of Charlo. They don't expect anything of Benavidez. They don't expect anything of their own fighters, but they expect him to do everything. And what they're really mad about is that he got they fucking ass. Y'all gave him $40 million for a plant fight, hoping he would stick around. And he took the money and got up out of there. Because I said it from the get. Ain't no guarantees that he stays there. Maybe all he wants is the red belt, and he gets up out of there. Ain't no guarantees. Y'all want him to be on some multi-fight deal shit. If he wanted a multi-fight deal, he would have signed a Matchroom. He didn't get away from Golden Boy and all of that so that he could enter into a deal with y'all. So if y'all want him, it's a one-off situation, and you can accommodate him or you can accommodate him. But ain't no promises and ain't no motherfucking guarantees. It's Cash Money Canelo. I call it Canelo charity. Like, yo, dog, these cats is wild. Y'all really want to put it on Canelo to fight David, to fight Charlo, to fight Demetrius also, to fight Bivol, to fight Arts. Like, bro, he's one person. He is one person. And he already did more than all the guys that y'all naming. If it was so easy to go undisputed, right? Why David ain't do it? It's a real question. And I'm not knocking David, but if you're going to use David to shade Canelo Alvarez, right? If that's what you're going to do, oh, Canelo, he beat weak competition. He beat guys that was easy. Oh, did he? So how come David ain't do it? At least one of those champions was on his side of the street. Why the fight ain't happen? That's why I don't go for this shit. Canelo could fight Makabu. He could fight Machungu. He could fight whoever. Because I'm like, yo, dog, that dude earned the right to play by his own rules a lot more than y'all. Y'all had time to do them fights. A lot of y'all that have been following this channel know. I said it over a year ago. When Canelo went up to light heavyweight, what did I say? Yo, them guys that got belts at 168, they better unify now. Because when Canelo Alvarez comes down, if you don't make yourself a priority, if you don't assert yourself and hold your position and stand on your square, yo, you gonna get left out in the cold. It's not Canelo Alvarez's fault that David blew the weight. It's not Canelo Alvarez's fault that David's promoter wanted to wait to do the plant fight. You should have been did the plant fight so that by the time Canelo comes here, you got 2 belts instead of just 1, and he gotta see you. But what do? You create a situation to where you ain't got no belt. And now Canelo owes you a title shot. Oh, you got to be a priority because Floyd throwing shade. Hey, yo, look, ain't nobody worried about Floyd throwing shade. And I'm a Floyd Mayweather Jr. fan. Y'all know that. But ain't nobody worried about him throwing shade. Like, bro, you going to say your bullshit and ain't nobody going to be thinking about that because you putting your guy in fights that don't nobody want to see. If your guy's a star, like you say, why he don't do Canelo numbers? He a star, right? He a star. When Davis ever put 70,000 people in a venue? When? When that ever happened? Because he's such a star. How come Canelo fought on pay-per-view and Davis fight on pay-per-view, but Davis numbers don't look like Canelo's? And he's not a child. He's 27. He's not a child. He ain't the 22, 23. He ain't with the tweens. He's 27. Teofimo has gone wild and delusional after that last Instagram. Yo, I seen it, bro. I seen it, but I choose not to kick a man when he's down. I'm just everything you hear me say is for the people that was talking shit to me. Because when I said, remember me, you, Alexis Rumbero, we all said it. That Triller shit, look at what's happening with that shit. So everything that I say is for those people that was talking shit to me. As far as that young man, God bless him. I hope he has a good Christmas. I hope to see him rebound. I hope he learned his lesson, right? Hope he did. And don't do that shit again. Don't jump the gun. You got to trust the process, bro. You got way ahead of yourself. Way ahead of yourself. And you messed it up. It's not the end of the world. It's one loss. Believe it or not. It's not the end of the world. It might feel like it, but it's not the end of the world. Good fighters lose fights. The best fighters sometimes lose fights. Not the end of the world at all. But don't do it again, bro. Trust the process. Trust the process, bro. Appreciate that, Bugsy. You know what I mean? Got way ahead of it. And me and Drew said it. Me and Alexa said it like, yo, dog, you gotta slow your roll, bro. You sabotaging yourself, losing all this time on this regular ass fight. You've been out too long trying to get the bag for this regular ass fight. You don't know what it's costing you. It's costing you time. You don't get time back. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I've been saying, yo, that's not a good move, B. Sitting out this long for this fight, that's not a good look. Especially when you was struggling to make 135. That's not a good look, bro. It is what it is. And I agree with that, Joe. A loss is only a loss if you don't learn nothing from it. I do agree with that. At 25, Canelo fought Cotto, and so yo, talk about it, Don Ricardo. Talk about it. Because if you gonna sit here and tell me that this kid is a star, I'm gonna compare him to Canelo. I'm gonna compare him to Joshua. I'm gonna compare his fanfare to their fanfare. If what you want to do is tell me that he's a star, I'm gonna compare him to them, and I'm like, yo, he don't get the reception they get. Oh, because he sold 14,000 tickets. You know that Jose Ramirez sold 14,000 tickets. Do you consider Jose a star? The Bob father won't forget either. That next fight is sink or swim. Now attacking ticket buying fans and content creators, still no accountability. Look, he lost on Saturday, right? He lost on Saturday, right? I'm getting old. I'll be forgetting, but he lost on Saturday, right? Was it Saturday? I don't even know because I'm fucking old, bro. Like, let me just make sure it was Saturday. Let me just make sure. All right, bang, it was Saturday. Yeah, because I'm fucking old, bro. I forget all types of shit. Too much going on up there. But he lost on Saturday. That means that the loss is less than a week old. You can forgive him for whatever he says right now. You can. You can forgive him for whatever he does right now. He's a young guy and everything just got turned sideways. So I feel for that young dude. But that's what happens when you have too many people telling you shit that you want to hear. You got to have people around you that tell you shit you don't want to hear. That you know what? You can lose. You can be beaten. So you better go in there and train like you can be beaten so that on the night you don't get beat. You can't have people telling you everything you want to hear. That shit is not good, bro. That's what happened to Wilder. That's what happened with all that glove gate. Yo, none of that glove gate bullshit. None of that helped them once the two men was in the ring and the opening bell rung. None of that bullshit meant anything. You could sit there and coddle the guy and tell him, oh, you're the greatest, man. 10 title defenses, man. You be knocking everybody out, and none of that shit mattered once they got him in the ring. You need people around you that's going to tell you about yourself, tell you things about yourself that maybe you don't like. If you're going to be stepping in there with these people, having these fights, you better train. You better train like you vulnerable. You better train like it. Kept it 100 the entire time. I dig it. You know what I mean? You better train like you could get beat because ain't nobody invincible, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, all that, forget all that perfect, like, forget all that shit, bro. Anybody can get beat. Anybody can. If they stick around long enough, anybody could get beat. Floyd and Ward, yeah, they got perfect records, no doubt about that. And I'm not knocking their perfect records. Like I've always thought Floyd was a great fighter. I still think he's a great fighter, right? But if you stick around long enough, oh, you'll get beat too, because that's life. That's reality. All right. Rocky Marciano got a perfect record. Ward got a perfect record. Floyd got a perfect record. Some people will say that Floyd got a gift. Some people will say Ward got a gift. Some people say Oscar got a gift. Some people say Leonard got a gift. It's like, yo, it's all history repeating itself at the end of the day. That's all it is. But was he a great fighter? Yeah, I think Floyd was a great fighter. I'm not going to take that away from him. But this bullshit that he doing with Davis, it's like, bro, your career didn't look like his. You was fighting champions and shit, and you was after the killers. He not. He not. And you his mentor. And you think we can't tell a difference? McWaters and his pops are giving him horrible advice on the biz. Even after they amended the Top Rank deal, they wanted another. Yo, talk about it. Talk about it. We gonna open that discussion up. I'm just monologuing right now because I got knots in the chest. Yo, Ring, do you agree with Beats saying Bob ruined Crawford and Rigo's career and that he never made no, I don't agree with that. I did see it, but I don't agree with it because you can't. Here's the thing. Rigo beat Nonito Donaire, right? And what did Bob do after that? Of course, Bob resented him for it because he wanted Nonito to be the next Pacquiao. And I understand that, right? I get all of that. So I'm not even going to tell you that Bob didn't resent him for it. He did resent him for it. But if people want to see you fight, people want to see you fight. And Bob can't stop them. All Bob did was cut him loose. When he was out there and he fought Moises Flores, where were the fans? When he went out there and he fought Jazza Dickens, where were the fans? You see what I mean? Bob can't stop you from having fans if you have fans. Bob can't stop people from watching your fight. Now, it'd be different if Bob was stopping him from getting fights, but he wasn't stopping him from getting fights. You know who was? Al Heyman. T.O. give Crawford and Porter the big year. Yo, that dude was wilding, bro. He was wilding, man. He was wilding. Bob said these fighters don't want to promote like old fighters. A 24-city press tour for Hagler Hearns. These Americans now, yo, talk about it. You see George. George didn't go on holiday. George is still in America doing the rounds because George is a smart kid. He got a good father, raised him real good, and you can see that there's no delusions in there. There's no room for bullshit in there. There's no bullshit in there. There's a realistic dude that, look, this is what has to happen, and this is what I got to do. No delusions of grandeur. And hopefully, he don't start drinking his own Kool-Aid because I was very high on Teofimo, but it didn't take long before he started drinking his own Kool-Aid. And that was his downfall. That was his downfall. Yo, don't let people do that to you, man. Don't let any fighter, the best advice that you could give any fighter that's coming off a monumental win, don't rest. It's not over. It's not over. You win all the belts. You know what that means? Targets on your back. Targets all over. And you got to train that way. Like it's targets on your back. We say a lot of things about Oscar, for example, right? But Oscar trained like a cash cow. Fought like a cash cow. Like, nah, you ain't going to catch me asleep at the wheel, bro. He's a savage. He is a savage. He is the golden boy, but he was a savage. And that's how you got to treat it. If you coming off a big win, don't chill. Worry. Because they're going to come after you. They're going to come after you. With one victory, George Kambosos' name is in everybody's mouth. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney. They asking Gervonta Davis about him. Not that Gervonta Davis wants that fight, but whatever, right? It's all over the place. One victory, right? One win. That's what one win could do. You don't rest after that. You train harder after that. Why? Because now they know who you are, and they're going to come after you. So you train harder after that. I'm glad George today said he's the boss and makes the decision when asked about the Bella saying Tank fight is a bigger fight. Yo, look, man, we about to have that discussion, Drew, because I know you could do it better than I can. I ain't gonna say it. I gotta be Switzerland for certain shit. I gotta be Switzerland, but you don't. We gonna say all that fly shit. We gonna say all that fly shit. And yeah, man. I hope George uses Teofimo as a lesson for himself moving forward. That look, I can't get big in the head, and I can't just sit out and let this victory marinate. I cannot allow the smoke to settle because that's how he got too comfortable. I need to get back out there early next year. I don't care if it's a soft touch, but I need to get back out there, have me a nice little fight, beat a guy, and keep the tools sharp because they coming for me. They all want to fight me now. They all talking about me right now. So whatever I did for Lopez, I got to do that and more because they all coming after me now. had the element of surprise with Lopez. You don't have that element now. Everybody just watched you fight the best fight of your career. They know what to prepare for. So you got to start adding more shit to your repertoire because they all coming after you now. Lou being talking like he running the Camboso show. Man, listen, I seen how he was acting with Lady Chan. Shout out to Lady Chan. And I just got the sense that, you know, he wants the Davis fight, that he wants that fight. I kind of got the sense that he wants that fight for George. But is that really the best fight for George? And I'm going to do a video on it, regardless of what we talk about here. I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow, way I always do. But what's supposed to make Gervonta Davis the best fight for George? What makes that the best fight for him? Gervonta Davis don't be giving guys career high purses. When did that start? When did that start? That he's the payday. Who will he be paying? Who? Cuellar? Fonseca? Who? Did you hear about UNLV frat student that died? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I read about it. He collapsed after the fight. I read about that. I don't know much of the particulars, so I can't say much about it. But why we acting like Davis is Canelo or Davis is Joshua? Who get life-altering money fighting Davis? Who? Cuellar? Ruiz? Munez? Fonseca? Who got life-altering money fighting Davis? Who? That's what I want to know. Who got who? The way I see it, he could play the A side with the guys that he fighting because don't none of them got a profile. That's why you could be you could be the A side to them. None of them guys sell anything. Early prognostication on how Kambosos versus Haney plays out, it will be in Australia, and it will be hard to get a decision for Haney. I'm not even going to jump the gun just yet. I'm not going to get into that fight. I'm not. George will listen to Peter Khan, not Lou DiBella. And I hope he does. I hope he does. Because George is coming off a great win. He's in a position to do great things, but he's also in a vulnerable state. Everything is not clear right now. You know what I mean? Everybody telling you things you want to hear and all of that. Everything is not clear right now. What he needs to do is, what's best for me? Why would I want to be the B side to Davis in America when I could be the A side to everybody in Australia? And if you don't want to come to Australia, that's fine. Stay where the fuck you at, because I'll be a bigger draw here than you are over there. So do your thing. But I didn't go through all of this to bow down to y'all. And that's what y'all want. Y'all want me to bow down to y'all because y'all got this entitlement shit going on that because you American, I'm supposed to kiss your ass. Nah, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Cat must have been a warrior. Yo, it's wild, man. I heard about that shit, though. I heard about that shit. Now I'm about to open up the chitty chat to the panel so we could do these boxing talks. Get into these spicy ass boxing talks. Drew says, players up for punch was in a bad punch? You talking about punch drunk? Moonshine was in a car wreck. Stop lying, bro. Stop lying. I mean, look, they still got fights over there going on, Hawker. They still got fights over there. There's a Paul Galen fight coming up. There's a motherfucking Taylor Robert. I mean, like I said, it's cards going on over there, so I don't know. It's cards going on over there. He in the ICU. Oh. You heard anything about that?
Nah, I heard about that. He was punching. What the hell happened?
Me either. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, this
That's
is the
crazy.
first.
Yeah, no, I just saw it on Twitter. Someone put a YouTube link where they said he was in a wreck.
Oh,
but is
damn.
he like is he like
It
conscious?
says he's in the hospital. I'll tag you in the post, Jules.
Let me see that shit, man. Let me see that shit, cause Prayers
Praise
up to
up
him,
for
yo.
Moonshot. That's my nigga. I fuck with that dude heavy, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, B. I hope he alright, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn, B.
Yo, what's good, Juice? How you?
I'm chilling, man. But it's just, I'm chilling. It's just,
Hey, Jules, I can
it's,
get you one of them free tickets for the Tank Fight Day. There's no buzz in LA right now for that shit.
man. Listen, my guy. Like, it's like to me, it's so shameless the shit that they doing. Like, bro, Mayweather is my guy, right? And it's because Mayweather's my guy that I know. Look, Tank ain't no motherfucking Mayweather, bro. Cause Mayweather career didn't even look like that. B. He was fighting motherfuckers, all right?
Oh, we could separate Floyd the fighter from Floyd the promoter is like Michael Jordan the owner. Horrible.
Exactly.
Horrible.
Say that again. Please say that one more time.
Alvarez is a
Please.
better boxing promoter now than Floyd is.
That shit is wild. Like, bro, like, how is Floyd Mayweather the promoter of this guy whose career is nothing like Floyd Mayweather's? Like, how you going to sell? How can you, of all people, sell me him? You can't do it. That only, to me, that only further exposes what Davis is. He's a fucking novelty act. He's not like, bro, you not none of that shit they saying you is.
And anytime somebody brings that up to Floyd, he's like, it's not about me now, it's about the fighters. Because he knows.
Because he must look, you don't work that hard and do all that shit, right? Like, yes, Floyd had angling in his career. What boxer fucking didn't, right? But Floyd, no. Davis don't got the work ethic that he had.
Let's
and
keep it above.
He don't have the skills that Floyd had. He don't, B. He don't. He ain't that.
We know that. But let's keep it above. Every elite level boxer from the amateurs is going to have angling because there's money involved with them and they see them as someone that's going to be a pay-per-view draw. But let's back to what you were saying. Juxtapose Floyd's career at 27 to Tank's career at 27. It doesn't compare at all. Let's really look at it. By 27, this guy has conquered like 3 weight classes.
Bro.
Probably 4.
Bro. And then on top of that, brother, like you could see it. They have no leverage at 35 or 40 that the weights Tank's going to be in to beat a top dog.
Let me keep it a buck with you. I think Tank can beat George Kambosos. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know what Mayweather sees in him. It's probably like Julius alluded to. His work ethic is probably abysmal.
And we don't know if he's chinny yet, bro.
I'm gonna tell you something, B.
Because
I know the saying.
George's chin on Saturday.
Y'all know the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So when you matching a guy that's soft on a regular basis, to me, that's smoke. Like, yo, why you keep putting him in there with these type of people, bro? If he's
but
really
you have to understand, like, there's never been sparring rumors because, boxing is a very small community and niggas chat more than bitches. So at the end of the day, niggas would say, oh, Tank chinny, Tank don't really take punches too good. You never heard that about Tank. You never heard it.
But how do I know that they not covering that up, though? How I know that when
you gotta remember
listen. Now hold on. Listen. You got Mike Copinger fudging pay-per-view buys on a regular basis, B. You got that dude lying for you, right? So why wouldn't motherfuckers lie for you if you getting pieced up in sparring? And who are you sparring anyway?
And listen how Tank speaks, though.
Like, listen. I'm gonna say this: if you gotta match a dude like that for 3-4 years, it's cause he ain't all that. Fuck the politics. It's cause he ain't all that. You would have at least let him fight Tevin Farmer.
He's a 7-year.
Thank you, Ring. I was just about to say that. I was like, yes.
My guy, he's a 7-year pro, and he's fighting. His schedule is like LeBron winning championships against the G League.
Bruh, put it this way, right? The Lomachenko shit, and I said it before, I could have forgave that. I really could have if you would have fought Jezreel Corrales or Alberto Machado. I could have forgave that if you would have fought Tevin Farmer, but you literally didn't fight nobody. You fought Pedraza and then nobody. So it's like, bro, they ain't matching you like that because you really that nice. And when you hear Leonard, when you hear Leonard, you don't ever hear him talking about skills. You don't hear him talk. You hear him talking about tickets and seats. You don't hear him talking about skills. Fuck out of here, B.
What I can't understand is, like, I mean, I'm sure like he would have been a heavy favorite to win the Tevin Farmer fight if he was in it. I mean, all he had to do was go to the zone, He would have beat Farmer, got the belt back, got a multi-million-dollar purse, and everything would have been all good. But
I
they
don't
didn't
think
even
he would
trust
have
him to
beat
do that.
Farmer, in my opinion. I don't think he
Don't
would
think
have
so?
beat Farmer.
No, I like
Because-
Farmer. No, I like having
Farmer
at
is
Farmer.
smooth, bro.
at 27, Floyd already fought Diego, right?
Yeah.
That'd be like Tank going up to 140 and fighting Ramirez or Prograde. The
Bro,
fuck
how
out
old
of here.
was Canelo
Get
when he
the
fought?
fuck out of
Hold on,
here.
how old was Canelo when he fought Cotto? Somebody tell me.
24.
20, 24, 25. 25.
When he
was
fought
25.
Cotto. When he
25.
fought Cotto.
25.
And this is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean. I'm like, yo, dog, if Canelo was out here fighting Cotto at 25, 900,000 pay-per-views sold, almost 1 million, don't motherfucking tell me that Tank at 27 is a star for 200. You wildin', bro.
Jules,
I mean,
Fuck outta here.
Tank don't even have a Gennaro Hernandez on his resume.
Nah, cause like, look, I could look at like I ain't even gonna hold you, right? Pedraza is not the equivalent of Gennaro, like he really wasn't, because Gennaro was 38-1, and he only lost to De La Hoya at that time. 38-1, all right?
To a prime animal De La Hoya.
Exactly.
De La Hoya who's doing niggas bad.
So you can't even say that Pedraza is equivocal to Gennaro. No, the fuck he wasn't, right? Right? But I could have lived with Pedraza if you would have at least fought Alberto Machado or Jezreel. He could have, I mean, I think he could have beat those guys, but he didn't want to know. So when I see that, I'm like, yo, dog, it got to be a reason they keep matching you like this, B. Because these guys ain't even all that, but they won't let you fight them. So what does that say about you?
From what I've seen with Tank,
They've matched their other guys harder than they've matched Tank.
Bro, they fucking Rolly was in there with Anthony Yiggett, who I think is
it's like you said, Jules. It's indicative of that whole side. They know something's wrong with. They don't want to match Tank with Juan Montiel like Charlo, and he looked bad. They haven't even matched Tank with the version of Ponce de Leon that Broner fought, because then the jig will really be up.
Brother, when you match a guy like that, and I told this cat on Twitter that, shout out, I ain't gonna say his name because he connected to the BBOC or whatever, but I told him that I'm like, yo, look, because he has a high opinion of Tank, I don't, and I told him, I'm like, look, all that shit looked good, but they're matching him that way for a reason. Ain't no motherfucking way you get matched like that for 2, 3, 4 years if you really that guy. All that tell me is that underneath it all, you're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy. Just like that.
If you're a 7-year pro and you've never had no 50-50 fights, you've never been an underdog in any fights, that let me know what's up.
Bruh, that dude got damn near 10 years in the game, bruh. Let that sink in.
And no 50-50 fights. He's never been an underdog in any of his fights.
And you want me to think that he's like, nah, he ain't it. We all know
we know what would happen at 140 with Prograde, Ramirez, Zapata, Taylor. Come on.
Bro, they'll smoke that kid, B. They'll smoke that kid.
I think Jose Zapata would do him bad.
I think he would too, though.
Do him real bad.
But I also, in his defense, which is going to sound weird, at this point in the juncture, Chris, I think Zapata would do Teofimo bad. So
that's that. Hey, those guys at 140 Jews are a throwback to the late early 90s era when dudes had losses, but they was tough motherfuckers. They were still elite.
Man.
They elite motherfuckers at 140.
My man Chone is the polite Punisher. Be that dude. He cool as shit. He easy going, but it fuck you up. It fuck you up real fast.
He will.
I remember
what do you say to Vargas before that fight? There's levels to this. There's levels.
That's how I know. Jules called it months ago. Jules called it after the Sandor Martin. They're going to give Mikey Garcia a tune-up, and then him and Tank are going to fight in the summer or the late spring.
I agree. I think that I still
think Mikey Garcia can win that fight.
Nah, you wildin'.
Mikey is on that Keith Thurman diet. He's semi-retired and he a fucking sheriff now.
Mikey is not out here to win fights, bro. Let that sink in, all right? Mikey is not out here trying to win fights. He's out here trying to get paid, and that's not the same mentality.
And Mikey will survive that fight. He won't come to win, but he won't let Tank knock him out.
I don't know.
I miss old Mikey, bro. I really miss old Mikey, bro. Mikey was that nigga, man.
Nah, he was never that.
It was a mirage, bro. Out here in LA, we knew, like, man, he don't got it. He wasn't that. That's why the Mexicans didn't. What's that word I'm looking for?
Gravitate towards.
We didn't gravitate toward him like.
Listen,
fucking
when he knocked out Dejan Slatijani, right? I was in Ring IQ on Facebook, right, the group or whatever, and I was high on him. I was like, Mikey's back, yeah, and it was Chicano fans that was still like, man, he ain't it, man. Dejan ain't shit, bro. That don't mean shit. And I'm like, what you mean that don't mean shit? He fucking knocked that motherfucker out, and
He
I was
that
warned.
nigga bad too.
He did, and I was high on that shit. And when he beat Robert East, I'm like, yo, this dude, like, I don't know why y'all keep shitting on my man. Like, I got videos, man. But motherfuckers was warning me, like, yo, Mikey ain't it, bro. I'm trying to tell you something. And you know what? I see it now. I gotta
ask you guys this though about Mikey, especially the dude from LA. What was happening in the LA boxing scene that made y'all realize, like, oh, Mikey ain't even Roberto?
The Gamboa situation, bro.
That and Mikey, honestly, Mikey's a hura. He's never had that machismo. The whole Garcias, bro, they're like,
what's a hura? What's that?
You can't see the Garcias going around after the fight and having a beer with the fans, bro. Canelo will still give you love like that. Chavez Jr. was doing that shit, like.
What that mean, bro? Some people just want to go.
Hey, but you gotta. That's how Mexican fans are. Why do you think they love Chavez so much? He was after the fights partying with them.
Bro, that's basically all the Mexican champions, bro. Like I remember stories of like Eddie Morales just coming back from a fight and just closing a whole block, just closing a whole block with a bunch of beer and a DJ and a band and just coming back from fights and stuff.
I'm gonna ask you, LT. Let me ask LT. Hold on.
Access to you.
Let me ask LT. LT, was you ever on the Mikey train? And if you was, what made you get off?
I was at the beginning, and then his absence from. No, it's because that's the thing, bro. Like, I just like seeing them in the fucking ring and improving me. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, bro. I want to see that Mike in the ring, bro. And that diva shit where he just poofed for a couple of years, bro. I was like, yeah, fucking Mikey. You know what I mean?
¿Sabes qué, Jules? You're Latino,
I thought he was retired, bro. Like last year ago, like a year ago and stuff, man. I thought he was retired, bro. I was like, oh, well, he left pretty good, right? But him coming back, I was like, bro, come on. You're showing your Ferraris and your cars on Eli Success. In the videos, like if he's on some, like if he's on a Pimp My Ride or some shit, bro. I wasn't feeling that shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Jules, you say it all the time, Jules. The reason we give Canelo the benefit of the doubt for being a diva and showing off his wealth is because he fights the fights.
Pero también, pero también es que con Canelo eso se le ve, que él no le va a aguantarle vaina. Like, mira la pendeja con Andre. Like, yo, if you come over here, talk, I'm gonna clown you, bro. Like, I don't even gotta fight you. I could clown you, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
I understand, de neta que sí, güey.
Like, you can't, like, he got, like, Canelo has his machismo. He's not a pretty boy. He don't carry himself that way. Even if he got the novela good looks, he don't got the novela demeanor, though. Like, he don't act like no bitch. Like, remember when they walked in the ring? And he told him, "Yo, get the fuck out of here, B." It was like two.
Oh yeah, that was two Jake Paul fanboys.
Yeah, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Canelo you're not gonna tolerate it, B. I got the hot pockets on deck, B. Don't get mad at me.
What kind, bro?
Yeah, man, bro. Not just that, bro. Like Canelo's actually the guy, and just so you guys know, Canelo's actually the guy, bro, that does by himself grab the phone, goes and sees the Twitters, what they're talking about him, what channels are talking about him and stuff like that. That's Canelo, man. He really does. And if you see it, if you see, I don't know how they call it, like the apology and stuff like that, like on the All Access of the apology recently, right off the fucking fight, like you just see him grab his phone and look at his social media, what they're saying and how he's seeing his knockouts. That's Canelo, man. So he really does check up on people, bro. He really does.
I mean, when he told Demetrius to get the step, and I wasn't even mad at that. I'm like, Demetrius, you better get, bro. You know what I'm saying? He can talk that shit.
Listen, he made me a believer. He made me a believer because in 2016 and 2017, I was hard on Canelo, bro. I was giving him a lot of shit.
Yo me acuerdo de eso.
¿Te recuerdas?
Yo me acuerdo de eso. Sí, sí, Julie, sí me acuerdo de eso. Eras bien gacho, güey.
Okay,
pero well deserved. You well deserved. He won me too. Yo también. He won me too. Yo también no era tan acá con él, pero Me ganó el vato.
When he won the Golovkin fight, I was like, okay, está bien. Esa pelea estaba más mejor que la primera. It was better than the first fight. And what really got me is he fought Jacobs after that. I'm like, ooh, you gonna fight Jacobs? That's shit. The guy that gave Golovkin a hard fight. All right, and from there, I was like, yo, dog, that dude, like, if you look at it all, like, él no es pendejo. Like, some of what we saw, in hindsight, what I see is that some of what we saw was Golden Boy. Some of what we saw, the retribution clauses.
Ándale, I agree. Que neta que sí, Ring IQ, porque I was sketchy con él. I was sketchy with the guy when he was fighting Amir Khan, bro, y me quedé como que Amir Khan, güey. Y luego then he fought Chavez Jr. y me quedé, you didn't knock him out. Well, ¿me entiendes? I was in there, ¿me entiendes? Y luego, okay. And then I saw him.
Chavez got a hard ass head.
Step it up, y me quedé, okay, that's the guy I want to see.
Yeah, what you think about Amir Khan calling Cal Brook a blade?
I mean, he a blade, bro. You can't see that shit?
I didn't know he was a blade. He's a blizzard? Say word. Say word.
Bro, he a blade, bro.
Say word.
What you
Say
think?
word.
Yo, Chris, what you think he really mean by chocolate brownie, bro? What you think he really talking about, bro? Better be careful out here.
Ring, who wins? Who wins?
No te vayas a ahogar.
No, I'm gonna keep it real with you, and this is big, but I think Connor's gonna win that fight.
I agree.
Will kill Brook?
I think he will.
Yup.
Really?
I mean, a few years back, I'd have picked Brook all the way to knock him out, but now it's
had
like
it not been
now
for the eyes, in my opinion, had it not been for both his orbital bones being broken, I think Khan would have get absolutely smoked.
Listen.
Bad.
Dude got both eyes broke, right? Then Crawford knocked him out in his last fight, right? Now,
But he got punched in the eye, though. He got punched in the eye. That's the thing that messed him up.
Now, who is Khan training with? Crawford.
Oh, yeah, he is. That's right.
Crawford gonna be fucking that nigga up this bar, though. Crawford gonna beat his ass. Crawford gonna fuck him up, man.
You're gonna be turning Amir Khan's chin into granite.
I was watching just clips of the face-off when they were sitting down and talking to each other and shit. And I just feel like, yo, Khan got the mindset, like, bro, you've been after me all this time. I ain't fucking need you. I already got a better career than you, and everybody know that. I already made more money than you. It's like he fucking with him in a way to where he's like, yo, I'm the winner, and you're the loser. And it's, I feel like, yo, it's getting to Brook, bro. Like, I don't, like, he said some shit, and I just looked at Brook. I was like, yeah, but he gonna beat this guy, man. He's gonna beat this guy.
Nah, I don't believe it.
He's in Brook's head. He's rent free. That's what I
bro,
think.
For Khan, the situation ain't changed. He wasn't never able to take a punch. But Brook's shit was, yo, I got a chin. I'm big. I'm strong. Not no more.
Because I mean, like he's never been knocked out. He's never been knocked out cold. Not like on the canvas. Like he's been stopped, yeah, but like not out cold, like slept.
What if I tell you, I see Khan getting dropped, but I see him getting up.
Okay. If Brook lands clean and hits him hard enough, I believe he could knock him out, but can he land? Because because of me, Amir still has his speed. If he still retains some of his speed, he could cause Brook a lot of issues.
But if we watch the Crawford fight, for the first 2 rounds, Brook did look sharp.
He did, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was touching butt up. He was touching butt up in the first 2 rounds.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Keep it real with y'all.
Hey, Ring and Kill. You know what I heard real quick, bro? Right now.
¿Qué fue?
Guy heard that the Punch Drunk Boxing just got in a car crash like really bad, and he's in the ICU, bro.
Eso fue lo que ellos me dijeron. At the top of the show, and I'm like, yo, pray for Punch, bro. I hope he's alright. Like. Hope he alright.
Neta que sí.
Condolences, man. Hope he makes it through.
I hope he makes it through.
Yeah.
That's OD,
Shout out to Punch.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas. So, how does Jojo Diaz make the fight competitive and win the fight?
I think the jab. He doesn't. I think the jab gonna kill a lot of shit, bro. Like, look, y'all know I fuck with Haney and all of that.
Good jab takes you around the world.
Good jab will take you around the world, and Haney got a laser jab. Like all that shit we seen in the Fortuna fight, and all that shit we seen in the Farmer fight. We not gonna see none of that shit, bro. Cause of Haney jab, he gonna jab his head off, B.
I think he's gonna make it extremely boring, bro.
Eso es lo que yo estoy
Yeah.
pensando.
So
You
you're
guys, I
saying
mean,
Gonna
wait,
play
wait,
super
you guys,
safe. La va a jugar bien,
an
bien,
84-9-3
bien
decision.
inteligente.
you guys see Devin stopping him because I got him on points.
Nah, JoJo too tough for that. He too
Okay.
tough for that.
I got Devin on points though to win. So
I like
to me,
JoJo.
I got George Kambosos outworking Haney in Australia.
That's the thing. Like, if you think like I don't want to get into it because we not there yet. You feel me? Like a lot of shit gotta happen first. Like I don't even think Devin is gonna be the next fight. I think he gonna fight like somebody local first, then maybe Devin. But it's like, yeah, if they down in Australia and George is throwing more and Devin over here pot shotting with the jab, bro, you can lose, bro. Believe that. You can lose. You need to step it the fuck up because if you want foreign soil, just jabbing them occasionally throughout the round, that ain't gonna work.
That Caleb Plant versus Canelo shit ain't gonna work.
But
I mean, everybody, the version of George that we just saw in the TO fight, he can give Devin issues. He could beat him, I believe.
Bro, that fucking hand speed that fucking Cambosos has, bro, surprised me.
Recuérdate qué clase de boxeador es Teofimo, and this is why I always go back to the Lomachenko fight when we talk about Teofimo.
He's faster than Cambosos.
Hold on, wait. They're different boxers, bro. Teofimo's looking for a counter punch. Devin sets up punches. It's different. Teofimo waiting for you to throw something at him so he can hit you with some hard shit. Devin is going to jab you. He's not going to wait for you. So
yeah, Devin's going to set traps and try to bait you.
Exactly. Yeah, like he not going to sit like that's why I always thought like, yo, did Teofimo really beat Loma or did Loma beat himself? Because the motherfucker didn't throw. If the motherfucker not throwing, well, of course he going to lose the round. But it's not like Lopez wasn't landing no crazy shit on him.
Le tuvo mucho respeto. Ese es el pedo de Lomachenko. Le tuvo mucho respeto a Tio.
Then why see, I don't want to diminish his victory over Loma, and I've always maintained that I don't. But if I'm being honest, I really feel like, yo, dog, the rounds you won was because he didn't throw. Now, when he wasn't throwing, was you fucking him up? No. You was backing him into the ropes, but you wasn't fucking him up. You wasn't landing no crazy shit like that shit you landed on Maynard, that shit you landed on Komei, the punches you landed on Nakatani. You wasn't landing like that on this dude, B. So I'm looking at it like, yo, yeah, he lost the round, but it's because he not throwing. That's why he losing, because he not throwing. And then
but Tio was throwing punches at him to make sure he didn't throw, though.
Go back and watch the fight and tell me.
Tio had more.
And tell me that he really did all that, bro.
Yeah, Tio's
he did minimal.
Had
actually,
that thing. Tio had a lot of ineffective aggression.
I didn't see where he was tearing them up, and
yeah, no, that's why I said ineffective aggression. He was throwing, but he wasn't doing nothing.
Cause you saw guys after the fight, yeah, he outboxed them. I'm like, what you mean outboxed them, bro? Like, define that. Like, make it make sense. Like, what did he like always have his lead foot on the outside of Loma's lead foot? What did he out jab him? Did he set up his punch? Because if he outboxed them, I didn't see it. All I see is that for some reason this cat didn't want to throw, and as soon as he started throwing, he couldn't miss. He kept hitting you with shit.
I mean, I wouldn't even call that this. Like one guy was saying, like, oh, he destroys Teofimo destroys Loma. I'm like, no, he didn't. No,
I had Teofimo winning, but it wasn't no domination
or destruction or nothing like that.
I could have seen a draw, but I had 7-5 Tio. Now going forward, Loma
was acting like that was Mayweather Corrales. They was acting like that was made. Now that's the destruction. That's destruction.
Yeah.
That was an ass beating.
What does Comey got to do for Loma?
Honestly, he just got to go for the gusto and throw. That's the best thing because he's not gonna outbox Loma. He's not gonna outjab him. So throw everything you got at him. Everything you got.
Loma's got to watch it though because Comey can punch.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I understand Comey can punch, but it's a lost effort. That guy does. One thing about Lomachenko, bro, he's dealt with big punchers. He's dealt with people before, and it just wouldn't bother him because you gotta remember, Nicholas Walter was a big puncher at 126 and 130, and actually could box. He did pretty good.
Wait a minute, Chris. The Walters that he fought had not fought in a year and got fat as fuck in between. I would not compare that to Comey.
Yeah, and I wouldn't.
Let me say this. Linares showed us that you can catch this motherfucker with a right hand. And who got a strong right hand? Richard Comey. I'm pretty sure they got his ass watching that footage.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Loma knows to watch out for that great ass straight right hand.
All I know, I want to see a good fight. I will be there. It's my 6th fight this year.
Nice.
They bring the pain.
Real
I
shit.
ain't gonna hold you when Kobe slumped Marinas. I was like, damn,
bro, he knocked the shit like yo.
My god,
the way he beat the shit out of him, it's like he failed the class or some shit, and he paying your tuition. Like he just beat the fucking shit out of Marinas, B.
I mean, like he dropped him twice, right? He dropped him once, then he got up. I'm like, okay.
It's the way he dropped. Like he walked over to him and just put a right hand right in his fucking like, yo, dog. Like, and mind you, Marinas just looked like Sugar Ray Leonard with Rolly. He looked like he's Sugar Ray Leonard out there.
Imagine Comey versus Rolly. I don't know. Yeah, we know Comey can knock Rolly out. But Rolly got that retarded physical strength and punch power. Something can happen.
Let me say this, Chris. We only say he got retard strength because he's a retard. We haven't actually seen him. We haven't actually seen him like really debo a motherfucker.
He got that Lucas strength from that Cher movie.
Yeah.
By the way, but speaking of Rolly, I heard him talking shit about George. You know, I pick George to beat his ass every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, but it ain't even. You know why I don't do that? Because I know that Rolly, you ain't gonna fight this motherfucker.
I know. He ain't gonna fight. He just talking his shit like he usually do. That's all he's doing.
And Teofimo is his man, so he gonna do that. He gonna talk shit. But I'm like, yo, look, dog. Even if George loses the belts, and is not saying that he will, but hypothetically speaking, if he did, I guarantee you. Rolly won't get that far, bro. Rolly ain't gonna be no unified nothing, bro. Like, no.
I didn't even see him winning an actual chance. I don't see him picking up a world belt at all.
Who the fuck he gonna win a belt?
Special, bro.
I could see George getting a rematch clause if he fight Haney or somebody for the other belt. Or who, like you said, Jules, he's gonna go with who's gonna offer him multiple 7-figure paydays.
And that's Eddie, bro. Like, look, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about Lou, right? But I have my suspicions because I'm like, yo, why you pushing that agenda that Davis is the guy? Think about it this way, right? We all know it. Davis gonna try to be the A side. So you really know it because you're a promoter. Why would you want to put your fighter in that situation where they're gonna try to B-side him?
Oh, we know he's
Lou just trying to get that PBC.
We know Lou is trying to buy his way back into Al Heyman's good graces after getting kicked out of the fucking limo.
Why? Why would you do that? Fuck Al Heyman, bro.
But you could see it clear as day, and just as his whole energy and how he was answering those questions.
That's the first person we talked about was Tank.
Real shit. Like why when Lady Chan said what she said, shout out to Lady Chan. She was just asking regular questions, though, that was based on real shit. They're like, yo, dog, like, he's not a Mayweather Promotions fighter. And they the ones that said, we only fighting Mayweather Promotions fighters. After George won, you see guys coming out the woodwork. Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, everybody. Davis didn't say nothing. I didn't see him say shit about, I want George. I didn't see that. You the one that brought him into this conversation. You and Ellie Seckback.
Seckback's such a dick eater.
Bro,
it just don't make no sense. I mean, like, Devin is a far more lucrative fight in Australia to me than Tank. I mean, like, would everybody agree with that?
No, I mean, I agree with it because you're going to go, if you're the promoter, you're George's promoter, right? So you have to be going for what favors George. Fighting Davis on Showtime, that doesn't favor George. They're going to try to B-side him. They're going to give him a little purse because, we
got to pay $80 to see it.
Bro, I have asked this a million times. Who the fuck has Gervonta Davis ever given career life-altering money? Who?
No one.
No one.
You know how much
Leo Santa Cruz made more money than him in that. Leo Santa Cruz was the A-side in that fight.
Yep.
Fuck.
You know how much Isaac Cruz is making for this fight? I looked up the first 300K. That's it.
And this is the
what Isaac Cruz sleep? What Isaac Cruz sleep? Gervonta Davis.
Yo,
my God.
Nah. Do the same thing that you did for Teofimo. I want you to do the same thing.
If he knock out Gervonta Davis, I'm going to run to New York, run to your fucking bathroom and take a shit. That's fucking wild.
That's the upset of the year. That's the upset of the year as far as I'm concerned.
Bruh,
I know you. I'd be dead ass tight if you run all the way from New York from where you live and shit in my crib.
Fucking run, B. I'm gonna run up fucking what is it? I-95 I gotta take to get back up there. I'll run up I-95, B. That'll be wild, dog. That Sunday morning, because motherfuckers don't realize, right? What else does Mayweather Promotions have? What?
Badu Jack.
No, he gone, bro.
I'm fucking around. I'm fucking
Probellum. He's Probellum.
They got Rolly Romero, bro.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
And here's the thing. And
I'm
here's
happy
the other
Badu
thing,
left
y'all.
because he wasn't even a good fit for Mayweather. Like he epitomized class. He was a real dude. He wasn't with the bullshit. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like in terms of like Mayweather, like he never really did too much for Badu. I don't really think he liked Badu because Badu wasn't into the zoo shit of Mayweather promotion. He did his job and got what he was supposed to get.
Badu should have been a top-ranked fighter.
Yeah. And here's the thing. 48 hours after this fight, Tank got to figure out what baby belt he won. And they're going to order the fight as a Mando. And they're not going to have no leverage because Eddie Hearn's going to come knocking wherever that purse bid is. So Tank's going to drop both those belts. Watch.
Now
he's not going to keep neither one of them.
Now, hold on. If he keeps the 40, look out for Mikey Garcia. If he keeps the 40. Because if he keeps the 40, he could fight Mikey at 40. Mikey can't make 135, bro. But he can make 40. He can make 40. Not that
and like you said, Jules, you said, George got smart people around him. They'll force the purse bid if he keeps the belt at 35.
Bro, Eddie, forget George's people, right? Eddie knows the situation that, look, you hold out long enough, you don't take no deal, let the deadline come up, and I'll come in with my wallet once it goes to purse bid. He knows that because that's the plan that they had with Teofimo Lopez.
Amen.
For the Devin Haney shit.
It was crazy, It was crazy. I wish I could be there for that first meeting when Tio goes back to Top Rank in Vegas and Bob's sitting at his desk, Jules. And they show him the new guaranteed amount of the amended deal because he lost. And it's not 7 figures like he wanted.
I really want to see that too. Like I go hold you. Like
talk about it, Jules. Talk about what Bob Father's gonna do when the Lopez boys come back to that office.
I read what Bob said, and one thing stood out to me. Right, he said, "Don't do none of that nonsense that you did before, right? And do what a fighter's supposed to do." That shit stuck out to me because it's like, yo, dog, the shit be so simple, and it be all these sycophants that make it complicated. Teofimo. It's great that you beat Vasil Lomachenko, but you're not a star, bro. You're not a star. Like, I'm sorry.
Man.
Like, you're not a star, my guy. Like, it don't work like that. Was Floyd a star after he beat Gennaro?
Nope.
So what the fuck?
He finally crossed over into that star status when he beat De La Hoya, right?
That's what did it.
Yeah.
But look at everything that had to happen. Gennaro, Manfredi, Corrales, Gaddy, Indu, Judah. All of that is en route to fucking Oscar. This kid, he beats one guy. I'm a star. I'm a star. No, I'm a star.
And that's how I know.
It definitely doesn't come overnight, bro. It definitely doesn't come overnight.
That's how I got Crawford and
Porter their highest paydays.
That's how you know that next fight is sink or swim.
Yeah.
For Teofimo.
Bro, I was thinking, bro, is Bud Light gonna drop him or what, bro?
Probably.
He's gonna teach him a lesson first.
I was thinking that too.
Bob's gonna teach him a lesson. Like, you ain't a suit, bro. McWaters, you're not a suit.
Well, look. You got a lot of people, and even now, and this goes back to something that was brought to my attention earlier in this live, right? You have a lot of people that want to blame Bob because they're not popular. For example, Rigo. It was brought to me at the beginning of this live that Beats, shout out to Beats. We don't agree on this, that, Bob ruined Rigo's career. No, Rigo ruined Rigo's career, or Al Heyman ruined Rigo's career. But all Bob did was cut him loose. Bro, I can't use you. People don't want to see you fight. They don't want to see you fight. I'm sorry, but they don't, right? That's the truth. So after Bob cuts you loose and you out there, if you really got fans and all of that, what the fuck is stopping them from seeing you fight? You fought Jazza Dickens. You fought Moises Flores. If you had fans, they'd still watch you fight. But what happened after he cut him loose? They wasn't watching him. All these bleeding, Rigo. They ducking Rigo. Yo, where y'all at when he fighting? Where y'all at when he fighting? And who gave Rigo the 2 biggest fights of his career? Bob. The Nonito Donaire fight, the Loma fight. Those were the biggest fights of his career. What did Al do? Al
in all fairness, can I speak? In all fairness, after Nonito Donaire lost to Guillermo Reginald, Bob did shit all over Guillermo Reginald, calling him boring and violated him. Though. Was he boring in that fight? No, he wasn't.
Was he boring? Was he boring after that fight?
He was, but that wasn't fair, bro. At the end of the day,
bro, life is not. Yo, wait. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm older. Trying to tell you something. Life ain't fair. Trying to tell you something. Life ain't fair.
Remember, I was using it. Remember, I was using Rigo as a chess piece earlier this year. Like talking about yeah.
You think I don't like Rigo? I felt for Rigo. I think they did him dirty. But when you in a fucked up spot, you could sit there and be a victim, or you could do something about it. If what people say about you is that you boring, then do your best to not be boring. Because for all this shit we talking, people didn't watch the Jazza Dickens fight. I fucking saw it. But
he punched that nigga jaw out his fucking face,
I seen it. His shit was. But what I'm saying is that what you see on
Remember
social media.
Remember the fight when he punched
Chris, what I'm saying is what you see on social media, it's not real. These guys that, Rigo. Yo, bro, where the fuck was you at when he was fighting? Why he don't got viewership? If why y'all only come out when it's about Bob? When it's about Bob, everybody got something to say. When he's actually fighting, where the fuck are y'all?
And it's not the promoter's job to make you a star. The promoter's job is to promote your fight. If you're active enough, he has more fights to promote. It's your manager and your publicist's job to get you out there in the public and fucking increase your profile.
Al Heyman's fighters complain about them more than Bob's complaining about him.
It's the problem is these fighters don't pay a good manager and a good publicist to get them out there when they're not fighting.
No, but I'm gonna also say this: the problem is that they, underneath it all, what motherfuckers want is what Canelo has, and it's never been that way to where everybody's gonna be an A-side, or everybody's gonna be a cash cow, or everybody's gonna be a pay-per-view fighter. It has literally never been that way. But you have 10, 20 fucking guys saying, I should be more famous. No. Wait a minute now. We have cash cows. In this era, we have 2. Canelo Alvarez in America, Anthony Joshua in the United Kingdom, all right? And I don't remember an era of boxing where there was all these different fucking cats. All of y'all think y'all superstars. All of y'all. But I don't remember an era where it was 4 or 5 different cash cows. I remember there only being 1 or 2 at a time. That's what I remember. But everybody think you got to pay them through the nose. Everybody think they a fucking super. No. A guy like Rigo in America at 122 pounds, bro. A division Americans don't even fucking watch. How is Bob gonna sell that man? Now, peep game.
And you could blame Caribbean Promotions for fucking Rigo's career off.
You could blame Caribe for that shit. But even after that, I don't. You know why I don't put it on Bob? He got away from Bob, right? Didn't he get away from Bob? When he got away from Bob, did what happened for Floyd happen for Rigo? No. When he got away from Bob, did his situation get better or worse? It actually got worse because at least Bob gave him the Donaire fight. What happened after that? And for all the shit that everybody says about Bob, who gave him a super fight after that? Bob.
Bob let him come back and get that Loma paycheck.
Because I know that everybody has because I know that everybody has the criticisms of Bob, and it's like, when Terrence said at the post fight presser after the Porter fight, like, I couldn't get it when I was with Top Rank, so how's he going to get it from me without? I'm like, well, but it's not all on him. I mean, are you forgetting that Spence and Heyman put every roadblock in the way to not make the fight happen?
Exactly. And I love Bud.
You mean me too, man? I got a lot of love for Bud too, but at the same time, it's like it's PBC's fault too.
Yeah, you present these fighters, like I said earlier, if you tell these fighters, look, we got a 20-city press tour and we're going to hit all these spots to promote the fight, how many of them are really going to do that? That's what Bob would did that for Hagler Hearns, but these fighters now don't want to get out there to do that.
Well, I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this
Did
too.
Bob
because
Did Bob give the Manny Pacquiao fight to Terence Crawford when he yearned for that fight when they were both on top
hold
rank?
on, Chris.
Let's
Don't
not
do
do
that.
that.
Don't do that because I got receipts. Freddie Roach himself was the one said that he was concerned because Bob was pushing for the fight. Freddie said that. Forget Terrence. Forget
But you
what
gotta
Bob said.
remember,
Hold
Bob
on.
said I killed the fight too.
No, he didn't. I seen that video. Marcos Villegas asked him after the Jeff Horn fight, would you do that fight? And he said, no, I'd kill the fight. I'd kill the fight. I did videos on that shit, on how people was trying to spin that. They was talking about how Manny looked old with Jeff Horn and all of that. Would you put him in there with Terrence Crawford? That's what Marcos Villegas asked him. He didn't say he killed the fight. He said, I'd kill the fight.
Because he said he was afraid of how it would end, right?
Exactly.
But that's not acting in the fiduciary duty of Terence Crawford.
I'm just saying, why would Freddie Roach sit there and say why would Freddie sit there and say I'm concerned because Bob is pushing for the fight if he wasn't pushing for the fight? Never mind what Bob says because you don't trust him. I get it. Never mind what Terrence says, right? Never mind what anybody says. Why is Freddie Roach sitting there saying that Bob is pushing for the fight and I'm concerned? Not complicated, bro. At that time, right? A lot of people don't remember that at that time, Manny Pacquiao was sending out offers to a lot of guys. He sent Danny Garcia an offer. He sent Adrian Broner an offer. This was in 2015. He sent them an offer. None of those guys wanted to take the fight. Danny's stupid ass said, I want to get what Manny gets. All right, so you don't really want this fight.
Oh shit.
He literally said, I want to get what Manny gets, so you don't want
Who
this
said
fight.
that?
Danny Garcia said that, bro.
That dude's a fucking loser.
My God.
All right,
man.
they offered Broner to fight. They offered Broner
Danny
something like
Gershon. That's
Danny
his name,
Gershon. They offered Broner to fight. Broner didn't take the fight either. He curses out Bob Arum, bunch of bullshit, right? Now, what you got to look at is why is Manny sending PBC fighters offers when Terrence Crawford is right there? You didn't want Terrence Crawford, bro, and it's obvious. And it's okay. I don't hold it against Manny. Like, yo, dog, you paid your dues. It's cool, bro. But don't put it on Bob that Manny didn't want to fight Crawford. Because I guarantee you, if Manny wanted to fight Crawford, he'd have fought Crawford. If he wanted
think about it like this. Oscar De La Hoya didn't have to give Manny Pacquiao a shot after Floyd. He didn't have to do that. A lot of old champions fought the young and up-and-coming dudes. I understand life ain't fair, but that was done and provided for you. So
Bro,
now when you
not
choose
looking
on the
at
other
it for what it is, Chris, you idealizing it. You idealizing it. Manny made the right decision for Manny. How I know? Because this fool, Al Heyman, he gave me all this money to beat up his fighters, B. He gave me all this money
And
to beat
enhanced
up.
his legacy.
Yeah, like he gave me all this money to beat up Broner. He gave me all this money to beat up Thurman. And he must have got a little something for the Ugas fight, right? He must have got something. But it's like, yo, he did what was right for him. Fighting Crawford, if he'd have fought Crawford, Manny don't make it to the Thurman fight.
He would have died.
No, man. Crawford would have killed his ass.
like you wilding. Like if he'd have fought Crawford in
niggas die
20,
every day, B. Niggas die every day, B.
Manny would have been one of them fucking with you. You'd have been one of them fucking with you. Manny,
I was like, yo, Manny, you want that money? Yeah, you gotta fight Terence Crawford. All right. Oh, you want to retire? All right, no money for you.
Then he said, I need 40 million.
No, man, and Manny would have took that fight if you let him not have drug testing, and then I would have picked Manny.
I bet you Manny was asking for way less money to fight Spence.
Yeah, I'm confident that he didn't want because I remember what the headline was. They wanted 40 mil guaranteed for the Crawford fight, and they tried to go to the Middle East.
Crawford.
They wanted to go to the Middle East to get the money, but the money just didn't materialize. So a few months after that, what you hear about Errol Spence? I know they ain't get you 40 for Errol. I know they didn't. It was probably like 10 or 20. But not for
I felt bad for Crawford because he said they actually had signed contracts and everything. The money just fell through. I was like, damn.
Look, Crawford probably feel angry that things didn't work out the way that he wanted them to, but you can't lose sight of what Crawford himself said in the meeting between time. He did try to make the Pacquiao fight. Crawford said that, bro. Crawford said that. He did try to make the Pacquiao fight. But we all know Manny didn't want that shit, bro.
Which is
Crawford
fine.
wanted a body on his record. He wanted to do some Deontay Wilder shit. He a foul nigga.
Let me read the super chat. Hold on, let me read the super chat, then I'll pass it to you. Good evening, Ring IQ. This graphic of Khan versus Brook has me rolling. No one cares anymore, but I guess it's better late than never. Also, fantasy fight, Sonny Liston, Michael Spinks. I go Liston. His hand's too fucking big. Too much of a jab. George, yo, look, we got to lay off Punch Drunk. He in the ICU right now, bro. He in the ICU. I hope he good. I hope.
Yo, do you not see how big that nigga head was? Like, that nigga head was some nigga face. Like his head close was somebody's face.
I'm gonna just keep it real. Michael Spinks was not built to take punches from no Sonny fucking Liston, bro. He was too thin.
I 175 though. Michael Spinks was beating everybody out.
Yo, really?
75 Spinks was an animal, bro.
Listen, Spinks, God bless him. He beat Jerry Cooney. He had 2 tight decisions, and I give him credit for it because he won 30 rounds with Larry Holmes. So that's still like, yo, you were
that's
like heavyweight,
shit, bro.
Larry was
like
heavy, right?
Yeah, like for you to
he won, right?
Well, he quote unquote, you know how.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even being competitive though, when you're
guys, did y'all watch the Larry Holmes fight?
Yo, do you think? Hey, y'all think, Jules? You think AJ's really gonna step aside?
Fuck no.
No,
bro, ain't no way you stepping aside.
Not for a second. Not for a second. Like he, like, and Bob already killed that shit. Bob already killed that shit because he said that even if they could get AJ to step aside, go to Michael Benson shit and look at the tweet. And it says there's a quote there from Bob that says that even if they could get AJ to step aside, it's complicated because by that time Dillian White might be the mandatory, so AJ wouldn't get the fight for 2 fights instead of just 1. So he said he's not going to try it. AJ ain't stepping aside, bro. He ain't stepping aside. And when you ever seen Bob Arum pay somebody step aside money? Because I don't even recall that ever happening.
You know how much step aside money AJ is gonna want, anyways. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly, like bro, that's
wait a second. Even if AJ would step aside, think about how much damn money he's gonna ask for.
Exactly.
Like, there's no. It's basically like with the Wilder situation. Deontay was gonna ask for ridiculous money to step aside. That shit would have been most of Fury's damn purse. It's not gonna.
Exactly.
I just don't know why.
By the way, fellas,
with a trainer right away.
By the way, fellas, Hunter versus Forrest. The Hunter knocked Forrest out in 2 rounds.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't care. So
Michael Hunter's still fighting?
Yeah, he fighting tonight, bro.
Oh, yeah, he signed exclusive with Triller that nobody cares about, right?
Yep,
right.
exactly.
So,
Yep.
I mean,
I don't care. I don't care. So.
You didn't have to sign the Triller to fight Jerry fucking Forrest, bro. Like, but
right, like, they gonna put Michael Hunter in the Triad Fight Championship soon. Watch.
Hey, for what it's worth, I was picking him to be Hergovic. I don't know about y'all. So
I mean, I felt
I heard Hergovic beating him up.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was with Jay on this one. I felt like if he used because Hunter can move and he's athletic for a heavyweight, but now I feel like you know what, the way you acting, Hergovic probably would have fucked you up, bro. Because that's how you acting. You acting like he would have fucked you up. So I'm gonna just assume, he would have fucked you up.
And plus, if he'd have taken that fight and got through it, that was his chance. That was a shot at a heavyweight title. The IBF.
Everything is on the other side of that fight. Everything, the money, everything, the belts, and you gonna choose Triller, multi-fight deal with Triller? Hey,
today's the anniversary of Vargas Trinidad. 21 years.
Well, I gotta rewatch that.
Yo, just remember.
Phenomenal ass.
Sometimes you gotta slip inside somebody's jab.
He whooped that fucking ass, B.
He beat the shit out.
He whooped that fucking ass in that fight.
Was he on pads? Ferros?
No, Ferros wasn't on pads that fight.
You sure?
No, they said
Imagine Tito Trinidad in this era of welterweights, B. Come on.
That'd be
beat the shit out of everything, B.
The only welterweight I give a chance against the all-time greats is Crawford. Literally.
Listen, imagine Keith Thurman.
Yo, can you imagine getting hit with a left hook to the body from fucking Tito?
Imagine Danny Garcia, Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry. Danny Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, fuck, bro. Oscar would dance circles around him and knock him the fuck out.
Kill that fucking dude, B. You'd have killed that dude, man. Shit, these guys can't hack it, man. The only guy I see that stands a chance in any era is Terrence Crawford. The rest of these guys.
What about Demetrius Andrade at 54 against Felix Trinidad? That'd be a good fight. I
That
think
would
Andrade
I feel
would-
like
I
Felix
think
would get
Felix
him, though.
Trump.
Who's
Yeah.
Can we go a
Felix
whole
would
show
get him
without
eventually,
bringing
probably.
up Andrade, please? It bores me to death hearing Andrade.
Yo,
Oh,
What Andrade do to you, bro? What he do
leave
to
my
you,
man
bro?
alone.
It's
Leave
just
my man alone.
he's a champion. I'll give him his credit. I'll watch him when he fights, but I don't lose no sleep over him getting a money fight.
I'm gonna tell you what, Chris, you wildin', because you brought up Andre in a fantasy fight, bro. He there where we gotta fantasize about Andre in the time machine and all of that.
Ouch.
I don't
That's how we
fantasy.
give it.
Nah,
Ouch.
B. We he not there. That's like saying Charlo Mugabe or some shit. Like, bro, who
Like,
do that? Who do that? Like,
you could write the story of boxing without ever mentioning Andrade's name.
yeah, but
Yo, you know
let's
what'd be a
not.
good ass fight? You know what'd be a good ass fight at 160? Mugabe Triple G. That would be a good ass fight.
That'd be a good ass fight.
yeah.
That would look a lot.
Now I tell you what, now
Triple
Triple G, look. Y'all know how I feel. I don't think Triple G is what
He's a damn good fighter though.
But give me Triple G Monzone in a time machine.
I think Triple
Monzone
G.
beats the dog shit out of him.
I think Triple G stops Monzone. I think Triple G stops Monzone.
How about Triple G versus Hagler?
That's a war, but Hagler.
Bro,
You can't bet against Hagler. You can't bet against Hagler.
I know. Hagler would win that.
Hagler's too much dog for anybody. That's the thing. He's too much dog.
Duran that went 15 rounds with Hagler beats Andrade. That Roberto Duran that fought Hagler and beat.
Nah, you're not right, bro. That's not
Who did
right.
he beat for the
That's
strap?
not right, bro. Come on.
Bro,
that's
I
not
don't think there is a middleweight I
Durant
think to beat
beat
Bro,
Hagler.
Strap at
look,
160.
I don't even wait. I don't even want to think like I don't want to use the brain cells that I have to envision Andre.
Duran will beat Andrade at 160.
Yeah.
The way he beat who did Duran beat for the belt right now? I can't.
What I want to envision is
Barkley.
Duran versus Blair Cobbs.
Oh,
Yo,
Blair Cobbs, man. What is going on with that guy?
Julius, that's one of my favorite fights though. Triple G Monzone. That's one of my favorite middleweight matchups.
If it was a 12-round fight, Duran beat Hagler.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In a 15-round fight, I like Blair Cobbs' chances against Duran.
Oh boy.
Yo, turn the stream off now. Turn the stream off now. Turn the fucking stream off now.
I don't think it's the boot fight.
Yo, I got one.
Good.
Marvin Hagler versus Roy Jones Jr.
Nah, because you know why I don't do that one? Because we know that Roy was
I know what you mean. Roy was too green. He would have got stopped. He would have got stopped at that time.
I'm not. Well, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say that I don't know because we know what Roy went on to do. But usually, you think of a fantasy fight, prime
You
versus
think of them
prime.
Fellas, I got one for you. How about a prime James Toney versus a prime Bernard Hopkins?
James
Toney.
Give me James.
James busted
Too much. Now hose. James Toney, Golovkin, 160.
That's a fucking cracker fight. That's a boom. Ooh, that's a good fight. Nah, I don't know.
I got Tony.
I got Tony. By the way, I'm just putting that out.
I'm wrong with Julius.
Nah, I got Tony. No. I got Tony.
Triple G would need to fucking live off that jab to beat Tony.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna say this. Who the fuck that Triple G fight that hits like Tony? Who?
Nobody.
And what affected? Now wait a minute. Go back to the second Canelo fight. What affected Triple G in that fight? That Canelo forced him on the back foot, and he don't hit as hard on the back foot.
Yeah, because he uses the foot. He has heavy hands, but he uses the forward momentum a lot.
Now, where does James Toney fight?
On the inside,
in the pocket.
But Triple G would need to live off the jab. He would need to, like, when he was throwing jabs, you know 2016 how he lived off that jab. He would need to do that to get.
But this ain't David Lemieux, bro.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but you. No, I know. I'm not saying he's gonna keep Tony at the end of the jab on there. I'm not saying that, but that's gonna be because Tony, he's gonna want to get close to you and counter. You need to just pick him off with jab. You try to throw combination against James Toney, you're fucked out of luck. Triple G's gonna need to pop jab, sneak in some uppercuts, and go to the body. But
take what he got because Tony had a chin, bro.
Exactly, yeah.
Tony had a chin.
Triple
He kept moving up the weight.
Stops James Toney to that blubber belly, bro. He stops him to the body.
That's possible.
Like he did.
Julius, let's not act like that's not possible. That's possible.
Who stopped Tony to the
He
body?
stopped him to the body.
Somebody who stopped? Who stopped him to the body at middleweight?
That's true. That's true.
I'll put that 2015 Triple G up with any of the
Bro, this
middleweight
ain't
greats.
David Lemieux. This ain't Daniel
2015
Gill.
Yeah, but Styles make
Julius,
fights,
let me
though.
chant this. Julius, let me chant this. Like,
Or no, was it the 2014 when he ran through Martin Murray and all those guys 4 times in that year?
Martin Murray?
Nah, but
James
Styles make
Coleman
fights,
to
though.
I'll put
Martin
that Triple G.
Murray?
I'll put that Triple G.
he doesn't even
I'll
beat
put
Reggie
that
Johnson.
specimen up against all of them.
He doesn't beat Reggie Johnson at one
I'm not
time.
saying he wins.
Reggie Johnson
Y'all
would beat
I'm not
his
saying
ass.
he
Wait,
wins.
Julius,
It's
do you-
a 50-50
who do you-
fight.
Julius,
Yeah,
who do you
wow.
taking? Who do you take in Triple G Monzone?
Triple G.
Monzone.
Me too.
Too much technique.
What? Monzone keeps him at the end of that jab and beats the shit out of him.
Nah, I think
Nah,
that's a fight.
nah.
That's a fight.
Monzone
I
beats
think.
the shit out of
I
him.
don't
Yo,
know about. I
wow.
don't know about.
Nah,
You
yeah,
see
but
how big Monzone is at 160?
people
Nah.
underestimate. Triple G got that dog in him too. People think he's just some pushover or some shit.
No, y'all gonna stop pussyfooting around the real motherfucking fight.
Let's get it.
You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. Issa. WBO, they shoot out of order. Somebody cousin, they gotta fight somebody. Somebody cousin gotta fight somebody that goes by the name of Yanibek Alim Kanuli. This is much sooner than I thought it would be. I expected that the order would come down
January, February.
That's what I thought, because I'm like, yo, this dude satisfied a mandatory already. What y'all ordering him to
That's
fight
that
another
Bob, you know, bro, I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Loma beats Comey, don't be surprised if they order
It's coming.
George.
It's coming.
I think so. And you know what's crazy? I completely forgot. When Loma unified with Pedraza, he never faced the WBO mandatory. He had the WBA, Crolla, but then they gave an exemption because he went for the WBC. Then they gave another one to unify with Tio. Tio takes the belts. Then Tio has IBF mandatory. You think the WBO is gonna let George go and fight Devin when it's been damn near 2 years since they had a mandatory?
By the way,
that's why you think I don't want to talk about that, because I'm like, yo, I don't know that some retroactive shit won't happen.
It's gonna sneak up. It's gonna sneak up right after
and
the
they
fight.
be like, yo,
I got a question about that. Right quick. Just it's like, okay, so let's say like somebody the Lomachenko's unified, right? And he has to fight a mandatory for any one of his belts. If he unifies with somebody else, then is that mandatory exempt for that year? And it's like pushed off?
It depends, because like, for example, they might let you unify, like with Josh Taylor. They let him unify, but he had to face Catterall after.
Right,
so
right. He stepped aside, yeah.
Exactly, but they had a place for him to get at the shot next, though. So they can do that
the other shit is that don't think for a motherfucking second that Loma won't get the passport out and fly to Sydney, because he will.
He will.
Oh,
absolutely. He went to the UK for Luke.
Don't care about that shit.
He went to the UK for Luke Campbell. You think he's not gonna go to Aussie for George for all his belts back,
bro?
Yo, that's why, Julius. That's why when George won, that's the first thing I said was, yo, I didn't want, I want to see Haney because undisputed, but I'm like, yo, first thing I thought about was like, yo, that WBO belt has not been defended in like 2+ years, and they've been giving them a whole bunch of passes. And Loma, he's not doing nothing after Comey. He's guaranteed a title shot basically.
You're right.
Exactly.
And they just ordered, and the 2 sanctioning bodies picked what's his name to be the double mandatory.
Exactly.
Daniel
Roman.
Now what comes to mind? Now what comes to mind is like the Joshua.
I could
with
see
the
them
WBO
doing that
belt.
for
Like,
Loma.
Wasn't Usyk his first mandatory for Joshua's WBO belt?
Yeah, that was the first one.
And he had it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
The shit is the rotation was, look, the reason the rotation was IBF, because that's the first one he won, WBA, second one he won, WBO was the last one he won. And the first mandatory he satisfied was Takam. The second mandatory he satisfied was Povetkin. Then what the fuck happened with the WBO? Because they came last because the IBF ended up having another mandatory in Pulev. So the last one, he really satisfied 4 mandatories, you could say. Takam, Povetkin, Pulev, then Usyk, who we know he did what he did.
And he unified with Parker during that whole period too, right? In 23
Yeah.
But motherfuckers in America talk all this shit about AJ. If I was AJ, I would just catch one of these niggas in a dark alley and beat one of them to fucking.
They praise Wilder. His resume don't hold a candle to AJ. AJ fought the dude in Vladimir in 3 years of being a pro. Wilder wouldn't fight him in fucking over 30 fights.
Listen, B, at this point, right, you could see that you could just look at the shit. They're like, yo, Wilder, he not gonna fight for a title, so he probably got 2 more fights left in his career because he's not gonna fight for a title, bro. Like the route is too long.
If he lost his next fight,
yeah,
if he lost his next fight, honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
retire,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
He'll retire,
that's it. If he
bro.
loses again, he's done. I feel so.
You know what I mean? Like to me, it's as good as over. Because when you think about the road, like, yeah, the WBC, they put him in a position, right? But who got the WBC? The fucking guy that just beat the shit out of him. Ain't he number 1 or number 2 WBC or some bullshit?
Number one. He's number 1.
I'm like, yo, like he's number 1. Bro,
How's he number 1 still after 2 consecutive losses?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that don't even make, like, what are y'all trying to do here, B? Like, he just got beat up by the guy. Like, move that motherfucker. It's a wrap.
No, but Joshua was at number 5 in the WBA after losing Usyk. Make that make sense.
Yo.
See? Make that make sense.
You can't.
Nah,
You
I was gonna
can't.
say, Julius, though, do you? Because we both have like a similar opinion that by the time we thought the Yanni Beck order was gonna come later. I was thinking, has Boo Boo, like, he's getting old, that he slowed down enough, and is Yanni Beck like good enough to catch him? From
Not
what I
now.
saw in the Dom, I don't think so.
Not
I don't.
now.
He's too like, you know what it is about him that's gonna really get him UD'd unless he gets a lucky shot. He just throws like straight basic punches. You know what I mean? And he doesn't go downstairs, and he's kind of like, he sits back and just like has a slow tempo. Where
Look,
Boo
I'm
Boo,
gonna
he'll
tell
jab
you-
you. He'll
I'm gonna
jab
tell
you,
you
move
why
all
I
night,
favored-
and then-
I'm gonna tell you why I favored Yanni Beck. Because I didn't think this order was gonna come down so fast. I thought that Yanni Beck would have had at least 2 to 3 more fights in the build-up. That's what I
Yep.
thought. Like, oh, they'll get him out there a few more times, let him sharpen up, get more experience, and then by the time the order come around, he'll be ready. But since the order came down now, I'm like, bro, nah, you not.
Especially
You're
from
not-
seeing with the Dom, they should have put him in with Falcao at least. You know what I mean? Like, get like
Yeah.
Falcao, somebody else. Like, put him with like 2 more movers, bro. Because what I saw the other day, it's like Nadam's a punching bag. He's a somewhat moving
do you
punching
get
bag.
the sense? Do you get the sense that Boo Boo's gonna fight this cat? That's what I want, because he could always vacate and move up.
He could, but it's like
But if he does, it's not a good look. That's not a good look
Nah,
if he
it
does
ain't.
that.
No,
It ain't.
no, that's gonna
ain't.
one that's gonna hurt his PR.
It's credibility.
2, yeah, and 2, it's like, bro, he already tried to go up, and basically they said like, yo, he's doing something else. We can't do it right now. So it's like, and you already know Canelo not gonna sit here and say, okay, I'll go down for him. So it's like, I'm pretty sure he realizes moving up, it ain't really gonna, like, I don't know. It's like he's gonna end up fighting for a vacant belt probably and be in the exact same position. So why
Look,
move up?
This
And
other shit.
the Triple
Ain't
G
like
fight might be
Canelo.
around the corner.
Ain't like Canelo about to vacate those belts either. I don't get the sense that Canelo's about to vacate them like right now. I don't get the sense. So ain't nobody gonna fight for a belt for a little minute. Ain't nobody gonna fight for a belt. So it's like,
and either way, Canelo has the other
So
mandatory
Canelo got
first.
168 locked down.
he got it. Yo, I don't see him vacating those belts for another 2 fights, bro.
Yeah,
Be real with you. At least 2 fights.
Yeah, so it's like,
if Canelo wins
life,
if Canelo
what's
wins
gonna
that
happen?
cruiserweight title, he's not going to defend that. That's what I think.
he's probably
I
gonna
mean,
go to 75. I mean, I don't know, because he's not,
maybe you're right.
He's gonna, because you know what he's gonna do probably, because he already said he's not gonna weigh in at the 190 limit. He's gonna do like a catch weight of 180, whatever. So realistically, he probably gonna go like to 175, then down to 68. I can see that. You know what I mean? Like maybe he does a B-vol or
John
who
Ryder,
knows?
bro. John Ryder at 175, bro.
What about that catchweight stuff? Is Makabu going to have to come in at a catchweight too? Or is just that Canelo?
See, that's
Look,
bad. That's bad.
I'm not going to like that.
We're not there yet because Makabu
still gotta
Machungu 2
win.
is next. Makabu
Yeah.
Machungu 2 is next.
Yo,
And
Machubu could win. That's what's crazy.
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Did he
That
beat that guy already?
he did, but Muchungu got scalps. He beat
Muchuno, nigga.
Muchunu, whatever. He
Yeah,
fuck around, beat
so
Makabu.
fucking. He's
and
so
fuck this
fucking
whole
New York
shit
with
up.
it. Yo, but
Fuck
like
this
I ain't gonna
whole
hold
shit
you. The first fight, yo, Makabu was losing to Muchuno. Muchuno's a good fighter, bro.
That's what
He
I'm
beat
trying to tell
Eddie
you.
Chambers, bro. I remember
I'm
watching
trying to
him.
tell you that, like, yo, he could.
Yeah.
If Muchunu beat Makabu, does Canelo fight him?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
because he's smaller though. He is smaller. You gotta remember, if Makabu really violently knock out Muchuno, I don't think he's gonna win a fight, dude. Because Makabu part's hard, dude. But I first heard that fight, my nigga, I was like, oh,
he can't crack. I
Yo,
don't lie.
y'all see Callum Smith is like number 4 in the WBA now.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
So
Yo, look,
Eddie's,
yo, wait for it. Wait for it. Buatsi Smith next
I
year.
was about to say that. Yo, give me that's a fuck.
Julius Callum Smith, because Julius has to regain the honor of Dominican Republic. Okay.
The thing is, Julius,
you know what he
I
did
don't
to
know
your
about
man.
that.
You gotta go fight him. You have to fight him.
I'm gonna tell you what, B. I know a lot of cats is high on Buatsi right now, right? But if they put him in there with Smith next,
I think he gets stopped.
I think Buatsi will get stopped if it's next. That dude
Smith can punch.
That dude need more seasoning, B.
He needs to work on his defense. He gets too much.
He got hit a lot by Bolotnik, B. He got hit a lot, and Bolotnik is little for light heavyweight.
And he looked gassed after he emptied the tank too.
Bruh.
He looked gassed as fuck.
If Smith versus Buatsi is next, I'm gonna go.
Eddie's trying to push Buatsi so hard because he knows Bivol not gonna stay over there much longer. He knows that because eventually he's like, all right, who Zerdo, DAZN, okay, whatever. Even then, that's not a matchroom show. It's DAZN and Golden Boy.
His next fight is not a matchroom promotion at all. Exactly. It's not a DAZN fight at all. I'm gonna watch that motherfucker on YouTube. RCC got a YouTube channel where they show their fights. Yeah, like I'll be watching they shit all the time, and I'm like, yo, that's not a matchroom show, bro, at all.
So when were you gonna tell us this? You holding out ass?
I said it in a fucking video about the fight. I'm like, yo, they got a YouTube channel where I watch them. Right here.
I'm thinking
he was holding out, y'all.
Holding out ass.
I'm thinking like, yo, what is
grimy Harlem niggas? See,
he was
grimy Harlem niggas. I hate y'all.
He was gonna charge us a vig, y'all.
I was
grimy Harlem nigga, bro.
I was gonna say
I was
gonna say after if
Jules gives off Jules gives off Pachanga and Carlito's Way vibes. You know that?
Come on, B. Come on, what is this?
He not La Liga, it's like Pachanga.
Nah, but I'm gonna tell y'all what real shit. I get the sense that Bivol is not liking the situation because why you gonna fight Salamov in Russia when you could have fought John Ryder in the UK? Why?
He's done with that shit. He knows that's some bullshit.
Eddie is using him as Eddie's trying to use him as a stepping stone. That's what I believe.
I think he sees. I mean, first of all, Eddie be disrespecting the fuck out of him. He be saying, oh, he can't beat Better Beef. He probably can't even beat Buatsi. I'm like, bro, you're crazy. I'm like, yo, honestly, Bivol, get the fuck out of there, bro. You know what you do? Go beat Zerdo's ass. You can go to fucking Top Rank, bro. You should have been over there.
Yeah, but if he go to Top Rank, the other thing is don't act like going to Top Rank pay like Matchroom because it don't.
No, it doesn't. But
fucking act like that,
fights, though. No, I know, but
motherfucking Vozdik only got 1.5 for that ass whooping. That's all he got is 1.5.
Yo, but he wants Artur and Joe Smith. So what's he gonna do?
But he want to get paid too. He want to get paid, right?
So do you think? I mean, I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't really see a reason why Bob would have a reason with making that fight like cross promotion like that.
This the shit, right? Bivol would have to be full on fucking retarded to be like, you know what? Let me leave Matchroom for Top Rank, even though I know Bob old ass is not gonna pay me nothing. He not gonna pay me how Eddie gonna pay me. How Eddie been paying me. Look. For the
can they do like a cross promotional thing if they do like a Better Beef?
Of course.
But I just didn't know if they would actually do it. You know what I mean?
Bob is invested in 175. Why you think he got the Smith with the Johnson, right? The Smith with the Johnson. They doing that, B. Like they trying to get well in there. Like, nah,
that's a good ass fight, bro.
I don't know who's gonna win that fight.
By the way, Rain, could you look into your crystal ball right quick for me?
Go ahead.
All right, so like let's say like Bivol was to finally fight Buatsi, right? Let's say like they get past the next fights and he beats Buatsi. What happens after that? Do you think that Eddie keeps him around? Or he, he's still on Matchroom?
Eddie don't know what. Look, this is the thing, right? And this is why I'm not critical of guys because I see the issue. Eddie don't really know what to do with this guy. The dude don't speak damn near no English. It's hard to sell him. He has a hardcore fan style. Like, yeah, if you like boxing too much, then you'll like Bivol. But if you Joe Blow that want to see motherfuckers get slapped, Bivol is not for you, bro. He a finesse fighter. He's a finesse fighter.
I think Eddie just has him as a pony in the show for like a potential, big fight. Because eventually we're gonna there's gonna be a unification again eventually, and he's gonna want to have that, or for Canelo, basically.
He's a bargaining chip. It's like, yo, if Canelo want to fight for a belt at 75, well, I got B-Ball. And if my man Buatsi want to fight for a belt, I got B-Ball. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, I gotta ask you a question. What if Marcus Brown beats Arthur Beterbiev?
I'm not watching boxing anymore.
What do you mean what happens? That's
What?
gonna be fucked. That's gonna fuck the division up.
Now PBC. Oh, I don't even want to think about that.
Who has him winning that fight?
I don't. I got his ass getting knocked the fuck
He's
out.
getting
To be
stopped.
real with you,
Yeah, I don't see him making it to the 7th round.
I don't see how he if Olas Pascal did all that to you, bro. I don't see how bro. Olas Pascal was roughing you up, bro.
Pascal was on gear, remember?
Yeah, he was on that.
But still, it's still.
I don't even think juiced up Pascal's better than Beterbiev.
Hold up. I'm gonna say this. You don't think he was on fucking gear when he fought Bivol, but Bivol still outboxed his ass.
That's true.
I really want Bivol Beterbiev, bro. That's the fight to make at that division.
I want Joe Smith versus Beterbiev first.
No, I do. I want to see it for like the action wise. I want to see like consolidation.
Fellas, if we get Smith versus Beterbiev, they better have several EMTs on standby because somebody's getting
Joe
swept.
Smith. I like Joe Smith for so long, and he fucked that shit up.
But listen, if Joe lands on Beterbiev, the way he landed
Joe punches.
look, Beterbiev, look, Bivol took that shit because Joe got off a big right hand, right?
Oh yeah.
I really don't. I'm keeping it real with you. I don't think Artur eat those, B. I don't think he eat those. I think he go down. That's what I think.
I wanted to ask, wait, Wojcik can punch, right? I'm not tripping. He can punch, right?
He can punch. Yeah, he can punch.
All right, I'm not saying Wojcik punches as hard as Joe Smith. I ain't saying that, but people they always say
Arthur fucked around and killed Adonis Stevenson, bro. Like,
he ended his fucking career.
Literally.
But I was gonna say because people always say that Beterbiev don't take the best punch, but I'm like, I mean, yeah, he got dropped before his career, yeah, but like if you look at that Wojcik fight, yo, he didn't flinch at his shot. He took so many of his straight shots and didn't even fucking flinch. I'm like, this shit can't be that bad.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying that he Amir Khan. I'm not saying that.
But the right shot can do it.
I lost count of how many times Amir's been dropped in his career. Seriously, I mean.
But look, this is what I'm gonna say, right? Between Artur being a come forward guy that's always coming forward, if you hit him with a looping shot as he's coming forward, bro, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap, bro. Like,
and you know he's really coming for you, so he's gonna have all that body weight right into that punch. Like Manny when he got stopped by Marquez.
Oh man, we got a Beterbiev fanboy in here. Who said he was chinny, bro? That's what I want to know. Who said he was chinny? I just say he been dropped 2 times by guys that don't hit as hard as Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's very possible.
You can punch, bro.
Oh, somebody said in the chat that he's chinny. King KO. He said that. So I don't know if this dude's.
Nah, you can't call a guy who take punches from Wojcik chinny. He just got.
Nah.
I mean, you get caught from.
He got caught. He got dropped by. He got dropped by Callum. That's it.
That all I'm saying is that look, he's been caught before. That's just facts. He been caught before, and I feel like if Joe catch him, how Callum Johnson caught him, he not getting up, bro.
Nah, hell no, bro. Joe throws some his punches are retarded as fuck.
Joe throws some stupid ass Long Island punches, be some construction worker.
I'm saying
that's a compliment, bro. That's a compliment. He throw them college frat boy punches like he just been swishing beer all day. Dude hit mad hard. Be like,
I love
Joe Smith sparring Freeport, bro. He's a good fighter, man. But I remember one of the elite level amateurs in the ring at my gym at the time handled Joe in sparring. Handle that nigga.
Look, Sullivan Barrera. Sullivan Barrera handled him, so he could be, and Bivol handled him. But I'm just saying he really handled him. But what I'm gonna say is that remember what kind of guy Artur is. Artur ain't no motherfucking jabber that he gonna be moving and jabbing. Nah, B, he gonna come forward, and when he let him go, Joe gonna let him go. And I don't know, B. That's all I'm saying.
That fight literally is who catches who first. That's really what it is. Because if Artur is hitting Joe too much, you know what's gonna happen. If Joe catches Artur one of them stupid ass punches where his fucking arm is next to his hip and that shit comes over his head.
Yo, Eson, now who's the guy they say that got a chin? Who's the guy? Who's the guy they say could punch and he got a chin. Who's the guy?
At 175.
Say it, dog. Out the guys we talking about, better be even Joe. Who's the guy they say got a chin?
Oh, Joe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the body though.
Cause I mean, he wasn't working D&E's body like that.
He was working Vojdic's body, and
That's
yo,
fucking, bro. That was 2 years ago, bro.
That's true. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna, cause I don't even know if he's that good anymore. But if he invests in a body, that left hand, that crouching left hand, he landed on Vojtic. He made him take a fucking break. He had a fake guy hitting the fucking elbow, so I need a break.
I'm just telling you, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think we seen the prime Artur already. We seen it's all downhill after 35, bro.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to see how he looks against Brown at least, but I mean, the only reason why I'm like mad at Joe is because, like, come on, dude, you fucked up that unification, bro. Like, I understand you went for the money, but bro, come on.
Mad at you.
You got a point. I was pissed too. I wanted to see that shit.
And yo, key, if he wait. If he wasn't fighting Johnson, I would be there with you. But he's fighting Johnson, bro.
I'm not mad at Johnson. I'm mad at the Jacobs part of it. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to say, I want to face Johnson, do a defense, then go into better beef. All right, cool. But you pulled out of negotiations because you had a Jacobs offer.
My God, look at the order. Look at the order. It's Johnson, then the winner of Yard versus Arthur, bro. You don't like that? You don't like that? Shit.
That's the final eliminator?
That's the tournament. It's a 4-man tournament.
So he's really.
And that's
why
Lyndon is number one right now, right?
Bro, wait. Better be versus. I mean, Joe Smith versus Yard. Shut the fuck up. Joe Smith Jr. versus Anthony
Yard wins. I'll be so fucking.
Yo, I think he's gonna win this weekend, bro.
He might. He fuck around might. But my only thing is, I'm like, yo, Artur, if you beat, well, you should beat this dude. If Joe's playing around and fucking the B-ball, if you beat Zerto, there ain't no reason why we can't get that fight, bro. Somebody needs to get Artur before he fucking just retires and drops the belt.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? You see where Artur's next fight is gonna be, right? Artur's next fight is gonna be in Quebec. It's not gonna be in America. And that kind of tells me that maybe Artur's contract is finna be up, I think. Because that's not a top-ranked show. That's an Yvonne Michelle show. Feel me? Just like you see, like Bivol over there in Russia. He not on a Matchroom show. Artur, he not like we gonna see it on ESPN, yeah, and Top Rank is involved, but it's really not a top-ranked show. It's a gym show. Yvonne Michelle is doing that. So I feel like what if Artur leave Top Rank after that fight? What Top Rank got for him? They getting Joe more fights than they getting Artur.
He's gonna go right to Matchroom and say, "Hey Eddie, I got 2 belts and you got the money."
They did gift him a title, so.
Yo, if that happens, I'll be so happy. Cause I was just about to ask you, like, yo, if Joe has to face the Lyndon Artur winner or fucking Anthony Yard winner, that means that the only unification we can see in the next fucking 8 months is Bivol versus Better Beef, and Bivol got to see Zerto early next year. So it's like, yo, the fuck, yo, 175 is taking so long to get some consolidation, bro.
You think Artur gonna sit there letting his fucking beard grow while Joe getting all the goddamn fights?
That's one thing I'll say about Artur. He left PBC and he will leave Top Rank too. He absolutely will. And that's why I like Artur, because he he don't say much, but you can tell he's not for the bullshit. Yo,
he's not for the bullshit.
Or I'm out. Get me some fights or I'm
out. You think he gonna just sit there letting his beard grow while Joe getting all the goddamn fights? Why you couldn't get me Anthony Yard? Why you couldn't get me why I can't get the winner of Yard versus Artur?
Yeah, because after this fight, he's like free, right? He can do whatever he wants, like in terms of like fights. Like you don't have no more mandatories for a little while, right?
Honestly, I mean, I don't think it's just put it this way, right? We already know what Joe gonna do for the next 2 fights, and even before this, we knew what he was gonna do for the next 2 fights. Salamov, Jacobs. Then that turned into Brown
Johnson
versus the winner of Yard versus Lyndon Artur. But what the fuck happens with Artur after this Brown fight? What y'all gonna get that man? What?
Wait, was the Salamov part of that tournament they was doing?
Say it again.
wasn't Salamov part of that tournament they was doing?
But now Salamov is fighting Bivol.
They couldn't, right,
yeah, because he couldn't get a passport. That's why that happened. He couldn't get the passport to come over.
Wait, so
why you do that to him?
Because I don't like him.
How long?
Yeah, that's crazy.
When did Arthur did he re-up with Top Rank? Was this his first contract with them?
Ain't no re-up. He didn't renew shit. That's why I think that the contract finna be up.
Oh wait, but is it because I'm thinking when did he sign or whatever? It's a 3-year deal or something.
He already had right as far as the Top Rank contract and Top Rank shows.
Yep.
The first fight was the Kalajic, the Hot Rod fight or whatever, whatever the fuck.
Radovoje Kalajic,
right? He fought Kalajic, right? Then he fought Vozdik, right? In between that, the pandemic happened. Then he fought Dionys, but that wasn't a Top Rank show. Now this shit is fake a top because it's showing. They're gonna show it on ESPN, right? But it's really a gym show. I'm like, yo, bruh, that's 4 fights. That's 4 fights after Brown.
How the fuck? How is Bob letting Joe fuck this shit up, bro?
Because he could sell Joe. He can't sell Arthur.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what it is.
Joe's American, New York.
Yeah,
Arthur, he don't speak much when he does it. Ain't English.
Yeah, but Joe is the happy construction worker. He could do Meineke commercials.
The common man. He's the common man.
He's the common
just like
man.
Eddie can't really sell Dimitri.
He wears shirts like this, B. He in Long Island. He wears shirts like this and lift logs and shit.
Yo, Arthur fuck around, leave Top Rank, go to Eddie. I'll be bro.
I'm trying to warn you, B. Be ready. Now, Willie Lynch says if Crawford goes to the PBC, is Al gonna sacrifice 3 of his fighters to Crawford? Or is he going to try to reason with the beast of Nebraska? I don't think Terrence takes a no for an answer. Here's the thing, B. You go to PBC right now, right? Danny ain't fought in a year. Errol ain't fighting a year, and his eye about to fall out. And we know he don't want no problems. Keith ain't fought in 2 years. Ugas is all tied up in the WBA tournament. If Bud was to go over there right now, what can they actually offer him? Butaev? Jamal James? I'm going to the PBC. Nah,
and this is not even in my bad.
Not a PBC guy. He's a Showtime guy, but not in it. But he's not no PBC guy. So it's like when
Crawford better take the Taylor fight. Fuck it.
That's what I mean. I'm like, I literally don't know what his next fight gonna be because I'm like, what the fuck is what Broner? Broner's gonna fight him?
It's not a bad fight actually. In the Taylor,
I like that fight. No, that's a good fight, but I want to.
Broner didn't want to fight Prograde, bro. Broner didn't want to fight Prograde. You think you going to want to fight Crawford?
Broner would have got knocked out if he fought Prograde.
Broner might get brain damage fighting Terrence Crawford.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think Regis would have beat Keith even when Keith fought Sean, in my opinion.
I tell you what, Al Heyman could get Terrence Crawford, Giovanni Santiago.
Oh, clone?
Bro. Yo, you know what Crawford could? Nah, he can't even do it. Actually, I was gonna say he can go.
Fucking see you, dog, motherfucker.
I was gonna say Crawford fuck around, go to 54 and then force himself, but Tim's already the mandatory, and after that, it's gotta wait for a whole nother rotation, so that ain't gonna happen.
Hey, yo, listen, B. If they put something in Triple G Saki the night before the fight, Murata might be the one, B. Bruh, the turnaround, Eson, you seen both fights. You seen Rob Brant 1, Rob Brant 2.
I know. Yo, when he's in Japan, he's a different animal.
That shit was crazy. He got the shit beaten out of him in America.
Yo, you know what's crazy,
that
bro?
Nigga got his ass handed to him, bro.
Did he not, though?
He got his food eaten, nigga.
Yo, I was
beat his ass.
The second fight only went 2 rounds, though, B.
Yo, Murata made some. Yo, people disrespect him too much. Yo, his career ain't what it should have been, but he ain't a bad fighter. He's a gold medalist.
I don't think
he avenged both his losses.
But he doesn't travel well. He doesn't travel.
Is that first fight with Rob Brant online? I haven't seen it. I just saw the rematch.
I watched that fight. That nigga bust his ass.
Go to your ESPN app because that was an ESPN fight. Go to your ESPN app and it should be there. If it's not there, go to the Top Rank channel on YouTube. It should be on either one. And Rob Brandt beat the shit out of him.
Okay, I gotta see that. I gotta watch that shit.
Only thing he didn't do was knock him out, but he was fucking him up.
I was like, yo, Murata fucked up the bag because he could have got that Triple G fight right after that fight if he would have won. That's what they were planning to do. That's why Tom Loeffler was there. He said, if Murata wins,
fellas, by the way, I saw a tweet. I forget who said it, but I think I got there was a tweet that said David Avenesian, Virgil Ortiz's manager, said that Virgil's not going to take the Avenesian fight. But guess who's next in line?
Take it. Like,
I guess.
Who?
I saw a tweet. I think it was
Virgil's manager. I forgot his name.
Yeah. He said he has no intention to take the Avenesian fight as an eliminator. But guess who's next after that?
Who?
Boots.
Wait, so
We're not
Boots
gonna
so Boots and Avenesian.
Bro, that shit ain't gonna happen.
That shit, bro.
Bro, listen.
Shit out of Avenesian,
David Avenesian didn't sign a Frank Warren so that he could fight motherfuckers in America. Like, nah, that'll beat the shit out of him. Nah,
the dog shit out of him. I think Virgil Ortiz will beat the dog shit out of Avenesian.
Me too.
Look what Kavanauskas did to Avenesian, bro. Look what Kavanauskas did to him. Kavanauskas almost fucked around and killed that man.
I said it then when the news broke. This cat signed a Frank Warren, whatever's whatever and whatever. But you signed a Frank so that you could isolate yourself because he don't have shit at 147 except you. So it's like, bro, like who you even gonna fight over there, bro? Why you went over there? You could have went anywhere. Why would you go over there?
I like Avenesian too, but I like dude.
Yeah, but what the fuck he gonna do on BT Sport, bro?
Nothing.
Yeah,
that's why I missed the fight. That's why it was a mystery. Like, why the hell would you sign with that dude? It's like there's nothing for you to do over there. I don't really get it. What's the move?
Virtuoso says Pro Gray will make a necklace out of Broner's teeth.
Yo, does Triple G have to fight Falcoa if he beats Murata? Does he have to fight him next?
Yes.
IBF, right?
Yes.
You think Falcoa can beat him?
Falcao, my God.
Falcao, my bad.
I mean, look, I've been watching Falcao for like 3 years, I'm gonna say, and he just.
I thought he was good for a while, but I'm like, I don't know.
He's not bad. It's just he don't have it. He don't have the it.
Yo, can you imagine if Johnny Beck beats Boo Boo and then Falcoa beats Triple G? I'll be.
Bro,
I'm gonna smack Boo Boo's mom.
Yo, dog.
That would be top.
But Falcao really ain't shit. Like
he has moments where he looks like he's something, but then it's like 2 seconds later he's getting hit and shit, and it's like he looks like I don't know. Even old Triple G, like even with old Triple G, I feel like he could. I don't know. I need to see how Triple G looks because it's been forever. Yo, and apparently he's not training in Big Bear all the time.
Versus Adames, B, because I don't even know, B.
Adames fuck around and win, bro. Sergey's scrap metal, bro.
Yeah,
he's been in too many wars. I think.
After the Triple G fight, I said he's done. He took too much part.
They passing him around like a spliff, B, from
Yo, he got 3 title shots in a matter of 2 years.
To Golovkin.
Coming off losses. He got title shots.
To fucking, like, bro, y'all trying to kill him?
How does that work? How do you get 3? How does that even work? I know Esau's right. Like, how do you get 3 title shots in a row?
Yo, I don't know. Like, look, he
was coming off 2 losses.
He got the shot with Golovkin for the IBF, right? Then he got the shot with Charlo for the WBC. Now he supposed to be in an eliminator. Well, the eliminator is really supposed to be Munguia. This is before the eliminator. But it's like, bro, like,
they really try to put him in there with Jaime too, bro. Yo,
they trying to kill him
and lose.
I'm getting Iran Barkley vibes. Y'all remember when Iran got 3 title shots in a row? He fought Duran, Nunn, then Ben, and lost 3 times.
Look, Adames did get stopped by Teixeira, so I mean he don't take the best punch.
He didn't get stopped.
Sergey don't give the best punch too, though.
That's true. Man, they both think.
That's gonna be.
I'll give him 50-50.
We ain't shit fight. That's
y'all about to say that shit.
We just ain't shit, and we just not shit.
Quick question: what is guys? What does the winner of Khan Brook go to do next?
Fight Conor Ben.
Oh, you think?
That's a good UK
no
fight.
Way. If they want money, if they want like, and we know that's what they want. We know that's why they fighting. So let's say Amir Khan beats Kell Brook. What's left for Amir Khan?
Retirement.
What you gonna do? Fight David Avanesian or some shit? No, you gonna fight Conor Benn. You gonna go get the bag with Eddie and be a stepping stool for Conor Benn. Because other than that, what the fuck you gonna do?
Say it one more time, please.
Fuck you gonna do?
Not a damn thing, because these niggas. Because literally, they don't have anything else to do.
Yo, Jamal about to fuck around and fight David Lemieux at 68. How much you want to bet they get Jamal Charlo moves up, fight
They
David
can't
Lemieux
do that,
for the
bro.
interim?
David supposed to fight him, bro. They
I
can't
know,
do
but
that.
yo, Charlo's the WBC champion at 160.
Lemieux just sleeps Charlo one time.
Yo,
Yo, if that happens, bro, if that
It
would have
can't,
happened,
though.
Yo, I don't want to hear no more Triple G duck Charlo. I'm like, yo, the dude Triple G beat years ago
bro,
just
do you
knocked
know
Charlo
how
out.
fucking retarded that would be if Lemieux knocked out Charlo, bro?
I'm
That
gonna
would be
dance
the
for
most-
fucking days.
Bro, that would be the dumbest shit that ever happened in boxing
Yo,
in the last
fuck
10
around and can
years,
happen.
B.
If Lemieux can do anything, he can punch.
No, he can't. But at 68, have you been seeing him?
That's true.
Rohan Murdoch.
Have we seen
Rohan-
Charlo at 60?
True.
He got hurt.
True.
He got
That's
hurt.
the name. That's
by
the name I ain't heard in a
Montiel.
long time. Rohan Murdoch.
Bruh. Because of
Yo,
Ward. Because of
Think about it,
Ward.
Julius. Charlo got hurt at 60 by Montiel.
Bruh, Lemieux don't even have
You
the
see how
haircut.
Montiel was
My
giving the haters to
God,
him? It was
Lemieux
so
don't
weird.
have the haircut no more, bro.
He got a
That's
fucking
what it was.
baldy.
Not
Yo, I'm
styling
telling
no
you.
more.
The WBC fuck around, have Charlo move up and say, okay, Charlo versus Lemieux for the interim title. They'll do it. They'll do it. They shouldn't, but they'll do it.
Just fuck David like that after they the ones that ordered that. They gonna fuck him like that. Like, no, you know what? We're gonna take your fight and give it to him.
That'd be some shit. That would be some
And
shit.
what is with this interim title bullshit? I don't really get that, man. It's like, can't they just like, okay, David's number one, right? So can't they just be like, okay, so you're next in line for your shot? Why you got to win it?
It ain't no interim right now. That's what it is. There's no interim right now.
I mean, wasn't this fight with Oskateki supposed to be for the interim belt or?
Nah, it was.
No.
This
that
what
was the
happened.
IBF final eliminator.
Yeah, no, and the other thing is, no, that was a WBC final eliminator.
It was. I thought that was IBF because
No, it was.
like numbered.
It was WBC.
Oh, yeah.
But remember, Uskateki got popped, and the Chiron fight was only a 10-round fight. It wasn't 12. And when it's 10, that ain't no eliminator, bro. That's just you beating the shit out of somebody. That's all that was. So ain't no interim right now. They need an interim before they can have that mandatory.
That's true.
Fernando says, bro, how are people saying? Yeah, because people are fucking morons, bro. People are fucking like even if he the one, bro. You really think Avanesian to beat this man? Really? Nah, come on.
He fought the dude who beat him. He fought the dude who beat him in his last fight.
Come on, B. Like because Virgil running scared from Big Bad David App. Come on, B. Certain shit too stupid for me to argue about, bro. Like
I mean, it'd be a good fight as long as it lasts, but David gets stopped.
Stop that dude, man.
Yo, Julius, that shit's as dumb as people saying White's ducking Wally to fight Fury. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Exactly.
He's ducking the dude who Fury
beat him
to fight Fury. But he's fighting a champion, but he's ducking the dude that the champion beat. Bro, come on.
It's like one guy was talking about like, Dylan White doesn't get a shot with the WBC. Haha, that's what he gets for ducking Wallin. I'm like, dude, you idiot. This shit has been going on for years. Are you not tuned in to what's going like?
Bro, people just don't like that dude, bro.
No, they
just don't want him to get a shot.
No, I'm gonna call it what it is.
They don't want the Wilder comparisons.
Nope. I'm gonna call it what it is, and people not gonna like it, but I'm gonna call it what it is. They know it's something about him that they don't like, and they don't want to see what happens if you put him in there with Fury.
Hey, all I'll say is Fury, he's susceptible to the left hand.
I'm being real.
Hey,
motherfuckers like to act. Motherfuckers like to act that because he beat the shit out of Wilder that he invincible.
Yo,
what?
You know, I got a hot take. Since returning, Fury hasn't really been tested.
Real talk.
Nope. He hasn't.
No, but look. Listen to this, right? You go in there with Wilder 1 time, 2 time, you look fucking great and all that shit. But they threw you in there with a Valine.
Yo,
And
I'm
you was
about to say
looking
that.
real. You was just looking real wild out here. And then you go back in with Wilder. Oh, all right, you punch perfect again. You punch perfect again.
He fights Wilder. They say, oh, he looks great again. He goes and fights Wallin, Schwartz. They're like, he didn't look that good. Fights Wilder again. He fucking knocks him out twice.
All right. So the way it looked to me is, yo, listen, man, I'm not trying to convince y'all of shit. I can only tell you
You
what
trying
I
to say
think.
Wally's better than Wilder?
And I ain't listen. I ain't trying to convince nobody
Nigga,
of
say with
shit.
your chest, say with your chest, old nigga.
Listen,
Say with
B,
your
I'm
fucking
just
chest.
trying to say that
Say with your chest, nigga.
Fury
Say with
fans
your
see
chest,
that left
nigga.
hook. They see that left hook from White, and they don't want to know, B. They don't want to know. I know
Yo,
that.
it's
I
true.
know White is not perfect. I know that, bro. I
But
know
Fury
that
ain't
dude's
either.
flawed. But Fury ain't fucking perfect neither.
Yo, Fury looked like he was about to fucking die versus Wallin. That fight should have been stopped, first of all.
Bro,
He
that
fights
would've been-
Wilder.
listen,
That's what Isan. That's what I was saying. It's like if Wallin had that cut, they'd have pulled him out. They'd have stopped it.
That's what I was about to say. That
If that fight
would've
was
been,
in the UK,
if that would have been any other fighter, not named Tyson Fury, with that cut, that fight gets stopped on cuts, bro. That fight would get. If it wasn't Fury, if that was any other fighter with that same cut, that fucking fight gets stopped, bro. Fuck is y'all so quiet?
Just thinking about your eyes ring.
Hey, yo.
Wild out here. Y'all motherfuckers is wild out here. Look, on that motherfucking note, I'm going to sleep, you motherfuckers.
Me too, my nigga. Hey, yo, no, let's end the show without an Ayo moment. Yo, bro, you a foul Harlem nigga, but thank you for letting me on. All right.
All right, no problem, B. Y'all go to sleep, man.
I appreciate it, Ring. Take care, everybody.